Going on? How's it going? Those of you coming in from live trading with Benzinga, welcome, welcome, welcome. I see we're live on YouTube. I see we're live on Twitch. This is great. We're not live on Twitter because Twitter is being not nice, but that's okay. If you're watching, hop into the chat. Say hello. I'm here. Running solo today in studio, but I've got AB with me remote from home base in St. Louis, Missouri. AB, you ready, man?
Is that my cue?
That's your cue. What's up?
What is up, everybody? How we doing? Happy Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Hope everyone is, getting ready for the holiday.
Wait, we need some boots on the ground reporting, man. Tell us about the airport. How was the flight? How crowded on a scale of 1 to 10?
Okay, so funny story, actually. So my flight was supposed to take off at like 9 p.m., I think. It got delayed till 10. And then it got delayed another half hour beyond that. So I showed up like an hour before my flight, but then it got delayed another 30 minutes. So effectively I was there an hour and a half. And luckily I was, because I thought the media was overblowing the whole, it's going to take a while to get through the airport. No, the security line was very long. They were efficient though. I got through quickly, even though it was like longer. I got through quickly. And then, flight was okay. Okay.
So not overblown. When I'm flying tomorrow morning, you're saying I should get there extra early.
You're flying out at 6 a.m., correct?
Yeah.
I would get there at 4:30.
That's what I'm thinking. By the way, the chat's noticing that we got some love for AB in the chat. Actually, I'm not quite sure what it is, but whoa, Patrick Star. Whoa, Patrick Star. Yes, AB with the mustache heading into his the one time a year he's going to see his whole family. Does the family know? First off, why the mustache?
Well, so a few of us at Benzinga have been growing out our facial hair over the course of November, doing No Shave November, raising some money for I don't even know what we're raising money for. Something though. And I wanted to clean up a little bit because I hadn't cleaned up like all month. So I started shaving like around, and then I just kind of started like messing up. So I had to keep shaving more and more until this is what I was left with.
So yeah, there are a few people in the Benzinga office have been doing this, as AB said. I clearly AB, has no shame. He pulled the trigger last night or this morning. I am terrified. I've been holding out for as long as I'm able to. I don't know how I would look with a mustache. I've never had a mustache before. I would love some feedback. You know what? Here's what we'll do. If the show today, we got 27 likes. If the show today gets 400 likes, I will shave my beard. How about that? And I will just have a mustache. Is that fair?
That's fair.
Maybe if they don't want to see it, they won't like the show, which I guess is okay.
But I think your fiance would understand that. And honestly, I gotta say, guys, I feel like because I'm usually on a nice camera like Spencer, but I'm on my laptop camera right now from home.
Yeah.
I feel like the camera is not really doing it justice. If you guys could see this in person, you would realize really how good it looks. But right now, you're just getting like my laptop camera version.
Wait, Roy's saying I should go soul patch only. Roy, you're missing the point, Roy. It's not about it's got to be the mustache. It's about conformity, right? We're raising money again, as Aaron said, for somebody. I don't even know who, honestly, either.
It's MLB, mustache or bust.
Right. And did I hear that there's like a photo shoot next week? Did I hear that correctly?
Yeah, that's why I need to figure out, because like, I don't know. I kind of wanted to just like wear this tonight to like make my friends, like I'm going to see some friends that I haven't seen in a while. Everyone's home. I'm just like going to wear it to make them laugh and whatnot. But I was like, maybe I should actually shave before Thanksgiving tomorrow. But then I know I can't disappoint Adam Partridge like that. I feel like I need to keep the stash for the calendar.
Adam is the one who organized this. He has seen it, the video proof. He knows it's real, but I feel like if you showed up on Monday with no stash, he would be crestfallen.
I know, and I don't want to
So
upset Adam Partridge. I don't want to. I don't think I would fare well in that fight.
no, you wouldn't. He's a big guy. Okay, so TBD on my stash. I've never had a terrified of shaving this beard. I don't want to, but I would do it for 400 likes on today's show. How about that? All right, we got a big show today, AB. We got a lot going on here. I want to talk about crypto. I want to talk about retail. I want to talk about the other Trump SPAC. A lot to get to. We got a few guests
Wait,
as
the
well.
other Trump spec?
Yeah, I know.
This is news to me.
We'll get to it. I want to talk about Cathie Wood. Our first guest will be in around 20 or so minutes. We'll have Jessica Kaylor on from Elite Trading for a few minutes. After that, at 12:15, we'll be joined by Dr. Dietrich Stephan. He's the chairman and CEO of NeuBase Therapeutics, ticker NBSE. We'll have Ulrich Ebensperger on at 12:30. He's got a really good research platform called Ziggma. You know, Benzinga Pro obviously is Benzinga's research tool and newsfeed, but just because we have our own tool does not mean we don't like, sharing the love and showing other tools out there. So he's got a stock market research screener tool called Ziggma. So he'll be on at 12:30 to tell us all about it. At 12:45 AB, we've got some Thanksgiving trivia. Are you ready for it?
Woo! Yep.
Thanksgiving trivia in the queue at 12:45. Get ready for that. At 1 o'clock, we'll have Nick Chahine, author of the Benzinga Options newsletter. And then at 1:30, we have Ian Bellina. AB, is that correct?
Tentative.
Tentative.
Yep.
Tentative. Okay. Tentative.
Potentially.
Fair enough. All right. Well, then maybe we... all right, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I'm not worried. So we got a lot to get to today. I hope you all are having a good day. I hope your portfolios are as green as the trees behind me, even though they're not that green because it's fall. But okay, let's start with this. Wait, James is sending me a question. Yeah, I don't know, James. You send me an email. I don't know. Okay, AB, I want to start with this. I was looking at the trending articles today on Benzinga.com. And do you know what every single one of them is about?
Trending articles on Benzinga.com. Every single one is about Shiba Inu.
Yeah. I was going to say crypto more broadly. But yes, every single one of them. The top article today on Benzinga.com by a long shot is this one that I'm going to pull up right now. It's about Shiba Inu, and it's frankly not even close. This is our highest traffic article of the day. People are freaking out, AB, about Shiba Inu.
Why are people freaking out?
Let's let the headline do the freak out for them. Shiba Inu has issued a warning to its investors.
Oh, that headline's from a couple days ago, Spence.
I know. And yet, this remains the number one traffic article on Benzinga.com today. It's a 2-day-old article. And it's our most trafficked article of today. So that should drive home the...
This is why I was talking about this the other day when we were talking about the crypto thesis into Thanksgiving, that everyone's going to be talking about it, that all these cryptos are going to shoot up over Thanksgiving because people are going to be talking about it and trading it. The stock market's going to be closed, so people that want to invest will really only have crypto as an option. But I just feel like anytime it's like there's such a consensus out there where people are like saying the same thing that it rarely pans out that way.
For sure. You're 100% right. When everyone gets on the one side of the seesaw, the same side, it gets lopsided. And you all come down.
Right.
Right.
And there are times where, I guess that contrarian mindset doesn't work out. If you would have, let's see, when everyone was on the GameStop bandwagon, if you were like, okay, this is crazy, this stock's gone up 300%, I'm going to short it. Obviously, you'd be in trouble because it went up another 300% from there. So sometimes the consensus, whatever everyone is doing, works out. But I just feel like a lot of times that it doesn't. And so right now, Spencer, I know you bought the dip in Ethereum yesterday. Let's go ahead and pull up that crypto heat map and just really see
Oh,
what's.
okay. I was gonna pull up the sheep chart first.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
I mean, you know what's scary here, Aaron, is like I've actually been thinking about buying one of these shit coins. I haven't thought specifics or anything, but like, man, some of the things you see on the internet are just not good for your psyche. The FOMO is real, and I know SHIB is down bigly in the past couple of days here.
Bigly.
Bigly.
Well, you know, it's not just Shiba that's down, Spencer. Let's go ahead and look at this heat map from benzinga.com/cryptocurrency. As you can see, it's a lot of red out there. We've got Bitcoin down more than 1%, Ethereum down 2.5%, about 2.5%, Solana down 4%, Cardano getting crushed down 8.7%, Dogecoin down about 2.5%. The few cryptos that are in the green, we have the Crypto.com coin. We have Matic, which is Polygon, Bitcoin Cash, and Axie Infinity. The rest, including Avalanche, which has been a high flyer. You can see right there, if you hover over here, over the last 30 days, Avalanche is up more than 80%. Over the last year, it's up more than 1,000%. But today, down about 10%. So if you're like Spencer and you want to go out there and buy some dips, you definitely have some opportunities today. Let us know in the chat which cryptos you're watching.
Yeah, and I'm also curious if y'all want to put like a percentage on it, right? What percent chance do you think the topic of cryptocurrencies or NFTs or something of that nature, I know it's a very broad bucket, that it will come up and become a table-wide discussion at for those of you who are in the U.S. who are celebrating Thanksgiving tomorrow. AB, I'm putting the odds of mine at 98%.
The odds of what?
Of crypto or NFTs becoming a table-wide discussion at some point during the meal.
We should wait all of the potential Thanksgiving topic discussions. So like crypto, that's a favorite. That's got to be like minus 250. Kyle Rittenhouse, I am sure, is going to come up at a lot of Thanksgiving dinners.
I hope not. I hope not in mine, but you're right. That's a good one. Okay. Yeah. That's a really good one, man. So, okay. Yeah. So what else do we have here? Let's talk it out. What else do we got? We got crypto.
Crypto, Rittenhouse, gas prices.
Gas.
Or inflation in general.
Slash inflation in general. Broad inflation, definitely.
Yeah, and I'm worried now because... like working at Benzinga, I feel like I'm going to go to my family's Thanksgiving this year and I'm going to be seen as like the resident, like, oh, Aaron, you explained to me the stock market and the economy right now. And I'm going to be like, yeah, I don't want to be tasked with that.
Yes.
Let us know in the chat. What else are you either worried about or excited about that you think will be a talking point? James is saying China, Black Friday deals. That's always a good one.
Yeah, that's good. That's an easy one, right? Here, let me catch up on the chat 1 second. I was just making sure our guests had our links for today. What are we seeing out there? China. I don't know about China. Chicago, violence in Chicago. No, I mean, not in my family.
Well, both my first cousins that I'll be at Thanksgiving with live in Chicago, but so I'm sure Chicago will come up. I don't know if it'll be.
Manny says EVs. Yeah, that's a good one, Manny. EVs, definitely. Actually, maybe not definitely in my house. I'm not sure. Supply chain, that's a good one. That's a great one.
Yeah, I feel like that kind of goes hand in hand with inflation. Infrastructure bill, potentially. Chubbs is saying the historically bad Lions. So yeah, I know we'll be watching the Lions game at our family's house tomorrow. So hopefully, instead of talking about how bad the Lions are, we'll be talking about how they got their first win against the Chicago Bears.
Hey, here's a sign of the times. Sign of the time. We haven't even mentioned COVID. Super SPAC-Man mentioned it before we did. COVID
cases, yeah. If you look at the chart, COVID cases are rising, and of course, last year going into the holidays, that's when we saw the biggest spike. So maybe that will come up as well.
Okay, so what I want, because we're not doing a show on Friday, what I want is on Monday, everyone to report back of the things that became table wide, and I'm not talking about like, one end of the table, like 2, 3 people. I'm talking about the entire table is in on the same conversation. I want to know what topics they were. What?
Ooh, we haven't seen this one yet. Patrick Starr, sports betting. That's a good one. That will definitely come up at mine.
That will not come up at mine.
At all?
I don't think. Probably not. Vaccines. Hey, vaccines get COVID. That goes hand in hand. I think. Deer hunting stories. Not in my house, but
not
okay.
in mine either. I have a feeling, Spencer, the deer hunting stories are absent from a lot of Jewish families' Thanksgivings, but who knows?
What are you trying to say?
I don't know a lot of Jews that hunt deer.
Me neither. It's okay.
Jay Rice, wait, is the Brooks Bryson match tomorrow? Or is it coming up?
You're asking the wrong guy here.
I know. I should know this.
Hey, also, you know what else that we're gonna do today if we have time for it? Well, I know we'll have time for it. We teased it yesterday, but last Friday, AB filmed Another Man on the Street. The video is complete.
Is it? We're gonna do it like an early screening. I don't know if it's fully complete yet.
I think it's fully complete. What?
The file, it is complete. The file you have selected is the wrong one. So let me upload it.
Yeah, I know it's the wrong one. Rohan, can you get the right one in there?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Okay.
Wait,
it is
Rohan,
complete.
I thought we had to add some memes in there. I haven't even given it a full look through.
Well, you'll be watching it for the first time. Trust me, it's pretty good.
All right.
I did put some memes in there though, so don't worry.
All right.
I would say, having seen it myself, it is very good. It is very good. I was very impressed.
I was just never consulted in like the post-production editing process, so.
Well, maybe if you didn't fly to St. Louis, you would have been consulted.
Tiny Pie, no, it's not your bad for the delay. It was a very quick turnaround.
Here, Aaron, do you want to hop off and watch it first? You can hop off and watch it first.
No. I'll watch it. Let's watch it live. I'll give my live reactions.
Okay. All right. I'm not sure when we'll do that. We're not gonna do it now.
Oh, come on!
We'll do it later.
Then I was excited.
Nah, we'll do it later. We'll do it later on in the show. Back half of the show. Second hour, third hour.
Rohan, I will say it's longer than I expected. I remember I said to Rohan after we got a bunch of takes, I was like, I think we definitely have enough for a 5-minute video, and he was like, maybe 3 minutes, and this one was like 6 minutes. So
6-minute runtime.
I guess we got some good takes.
It seemed like a lot of the people you spoke to, and this is the last thing we'll say about it to tease it, but a lot of people you spoke to were on some, not entirely sober. It seemed like.
You think?
That's the vibe I got.
All right.
I don't know. All right. We will play the latest AB on the street.
Yeah, Brett's right. We need some more likes.
We need some more likes. Definitely. Not doing it now. Okay. So we looked at the heat map, and as a reminder, those of you who are into crypto and into Bitcoin and that sort of thing, you can get free Bitcoin from Voyager. Download their app, fund your account with $100, make your first trade. Use the offer code ZING. They will give you $50 in Bitcoin for free. What else did I want to talk about? I wanted to talk about. Oh, nice. That's nice. Jason apparently saw. Wait, is Jason in the chat?
He was earlier. I saw. Let me pull it up. I have a trick. You can see if someone's still in the chat if you go to like try to tag them in a comment on YouTube. And I tried that. He wasn't there anymore, but he goes, "Great show. What is that mustache?"
Nice. Very nice. Yeah. No, I'm here for it. I'm totally here for it. Okay. Let's just talk general market stuff right now. Aaron, this morning on CNBC, Kathy Wood was on Squawk on the Street, and she said 2 things that were of interest to me. One, she said they are internally testing a new ARK fund that would employ. Well, my interpretation of it is that it would employ leverage. She said it was ARK on steroids. That was her exact words.
So it'd be like a potentially like a leveraged ETF for the ARK holdings.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. All I know is what she said, which is like they're testing an ARK fund on steroids. How would you feel about an ARK fund on steroids? An ARK fund with leverage?
I mean, I think if you're buying ARK, you're not doing it to try to get, 10% returns a year or to try to get essentially market returns. You're buying ARK because you believe in the growth stocks. You believe that the fund will outperform the market. So in that sense, I think if you already think that, okay, this ETF's going to be up 20% over the next year or whatever, you could argue that the leverage ETF would give you even better returns. I mean, I like it having it as an option, but I don't know. I mean, it seems like I'm looking at ARKK right now, Spencer, and it's actually up 1.5% today. So one of the best days for the ARK flagship fund in a few months.
And it's interesting too because it's been like I was noting this yesterday as well. Like I thought it had been a worse year for ARK than it actually had been. So here I'm gonna pull up the ARKW right now on the screen because that's the one that I own. Right, ARKK is the flagship, but ARKW is the one that I bought sometime before COVID, and here.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
actually
it all depends on your time horizon that you're looking at it on, right? I mean, people were acting as if Cathie Wood was running ARK into the ground and that the fund was going to get blown up and all this. And if you look at the year-to-date return, at least on ARKK, it's like negative 10%, which is not terrible compared to a lot of other growth stocks. I mean, if you look at, I don't know.
That's a great point. Here, that's a great point. So let's just compare it to Zillow, and we'll compare it to what's another one like Peloton. I don't know if she owns Peloton, but
or do DraftKings year to date.
DKNG.
Right? Like year to date, DraftKings is down 20%. ARKK is down 10%. And then if you change the time horizon and you look at the return for ARK over the last 2 years, it outperforms the market. And if you look at it over the last 5 years, ARK is up 413%. So that's about 80% a year annualized over the past 5 years. Now, I'm not saying that I think like, I'm going to go out and buy ARK, that it's going to keep growing at this pace. I just think if you have that return, if you have those returns for 5 years, and then you have, year to date return of negative 10%, and everyone's freaking out, acting like you're this like terrible investor, that it's a little, I get it, Spencer. We live in this society. It's like, what have you done for me lately? We
do live in a society. Yes, that's true.
But it's like, what have you done for me lately? It's not like,
right.
If you're an athlete, right? If you have 2 bad weeks in the NFL, that's what everyone's going to be talking about. They're not going to be talking about what you did the weeks before that or the year before that. So it's kind of the same with investing. I feel like we have a very short time horizon of what we're looking at.
This chart right here is actually, you're right. It's all about your time horizon. This chart is an argument for ETFs in a nutshell. Look what happened to you this year. If you said, oh yeah, I want some growth in my portfolio, I'm going to buy Peloton. I want some growth. I want to invest in the growth industry. I want to buy DraftKings for sports betting, right? Or Zillow because the housing market's on fire. You got smoked. Comparatively speaking, and I'll do the ARKK because it's the flagship fund. Comparatively speaking, the ARK funds have outperformed. They outperformed their holdings. A lot of them, the bad ones, right? If you owned all of them, you're only down 2% or 13% versus 40, 50, 60, 70%.
Yeah,
so,
and Lucky O'Leary is bringing up a good point in the chat about how ARK is very transparent with their trades. They show your trades, they show their trades every single day, which I think that's one of the biggest, I guess selling points to ARK is they're kind of like transforming the norm in the ETF. A lot of other companies are following this model, saying, okay, we should be more transparent with our actively traded ETFs. So I don't know. I mean, I still think that I'm not a buyer of ARKK right now, but I think a lot of this Cathie Wood, I don't know if I want to call it hate, but I guess flack she's catching is a little bit overblown.
Yeah. And people always get upset when they say, oh, Cathie, she's just talking to her book. She's talking to her book. This morning she's talking about deflation because that's, her investments would benefit from deflation. What would you prefer? Would you prefer someone go on and talk about their book, talk about their positions, or would you prefer someone talk about the opposite of their positions? Because people do that too, right? People come on and they predict a bear market and it's gonna crash and they're long like out the wazoo, right? Or they say, yeah, I'm bullish gold here, and they don't own any gold, right? People come on TV and lie. They lie. I would much rather someone come on and say things that I know they're putting their money where their mouth is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, we got Mitch in the chat saying he disagrees about Kathy.
Yeah,
Thinks that she's
Mitch
a
is
bust.
Mitch is not a fan of Kathy.
Maybe we should bring Mitch on, do a little bull versus bear debate.
Yeah, Mitch was just on live trading for a couple hours, but if you want to come on, Mitch, feel free to.
Question
yeah.
mark. Yeah, I'll be honest. I didn't know.
Wait, what?
Kathy Wood had this whole like uber religious side to her, and I'm not going to say anything about it, but I found it very interesting because I thought the way I like pictured her, I was surprised by that. She doesn't seem like a very like person that would be using like supernatural stuff to try to guide her trades.
Wait, is she into essential oils? Because if she is, then I may have to just short everything.
No, but I didn't know this.
Okay.
But when she left,
I'm just kidding.
I think Bearstein and Stern or whatever, she said that she got like a message from God to start Ark or something. And I think Ark, the name of it, is like Noah's Ark. It has some like biblical reference. I don't know. Either way, I was very surprised by that, learning that. But I think there was a good New York Times article about her faith. But yeah, I mean, either way, Spencer, I think if I were gonna go out and I had to pick a side right now, again, depending on my time horizon, I would buy Ark if I was going to buy it now and sell it in 5 years or whatever.
And then just to put a bow on it, it's not necessarily Kathy Wood's job or any fund manager's job to tell you how you should own, like how much exposure you should give to their fund or their product or their company, right? I like what I did. I've got like, I think, I don't know. It's less than 5%. The ARKW is less than 5% of my overall portfolio, and I'm cool with that, man. It was good last year. It's been not great this year, but it's only 5% max for me, and I'm cool with that. If you're someone that went like 95% of your investable cash in ARKK, you're having a bad time. And maybe that's a lesson in
well, and I think too,
that.
Spencer, over the last 10, 20 years, really the last 5 years primarily, if you don't have like exposure to growth in your portfolio, I think there have been a lot of people since the 2008 recession that have said like, oh, the market's getting overblown. I don't want to be exposed to all these more high risk growth names. And it's proven that you want exposure to growth. So I don't really see a reason for that to change. We'll obviously see some cycles. We'll see some outflow out of growth into some value stocks. Then we'll see the outflow from value back into growth stocks. But out of the last 5 years, if you don't have growth in your portfolio, then you're not beating the markets.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth?
And Cranky Buzzard, I was not saying that it's a bad thing at all. Of course, it's not a bad thing that Kathy was religious. I was just saying I was surprised by it because I guess that's just my own biases.
No, you really don't. You really don't hear a lot of people like in the world of Wall Street talk about religion a lot. And I have no take on it either way. If you are, great. If you're not, that's cool too. But you really don't. I think Aaron's point was you don't see those worlds collide very often.
Right. Exactly.
And so as if she needs one more thing for people to hate her for. There you go, everyone.
Well,
Kathy Wood is religious. Have at it.
And again, maybe this is just my bias, but I would assume like someone that's really a religious and investor would be maybe, I don't know, like it just seems weird. She's like so into growth tech, like all these like innovative, whatever. And it's like, I feel like
wait a minute. I see what you're saying. You're saying you would have thought she'd be a Scientologist.
Right. Exactly.
That's what you're saying. I got
That
it
because
now.
she's doing like space, all this stuff. I don't know. No, I'm kidding.
Got it. Got it. Got
Shelly's
it.
saying some trades make me religious. Yeah, and sometimes when I YOLO a trade and it hits, I'm like, that was divine intervention.
I feel that way every time, man. I don't know about you. Hey, let's bring on Jesse Kaylor here, and let's ask him how often God intervenes in his trades. Jesse, what up, man?
I'll say never. Never have I ever has used religion in my trading, other than saying maybe, gosh darn it, why didn't that thing go the way that I wanted it to? Why did I sell too early? But no, today, how you guys doing? How's everything going for you? I've been just watching the charts and trying to do some looking at some setups. I was in on that BENE trade, just kind of a lucky thing.
We didn't even talk about that. I got distracted. Yeah.
BENE?
Yeah, that was the other SPAC that I mentioned, Aaron.
Oh, Trump's other SPAC?
Well, the word, maybe I shouldn't have said it like that because it's not technically true the way I said it. But BENE, Benzinga Capital, it got halted on news, and it came out of the halt. And then and what was the news? I'm gonna pull it up in Benzinga Pro. They're buying e-combustible energy. It's an $805 million deal, e-combustible energy, and the manager of the SPAC of BENE he's like the same guy that's involved with DWAC. That's why I said it like that. And so do you have the chart up, Jesse?
Yeah, I do. Who's
Okay,
Topher Grace? Someone said I look like Topher Grace.
He's the guy from That 70s Show. He plays Eric Foreman in That 70s Show. I was trying to see it.
I do not look like Eric Foreman.
I don't really see it. I feel like hair aside.
Did you ever see like Spider-Man 3?
The worst Spider-Man movie ever? Yes.
Yeah, that's the one. Did you see that one?
Yes.
Because he's the photographer guy. He's like the bad Spider-Man.
When he's the black Spider-Man.
Yeah, right, exactly.
The Venom
that
Spider-Man.
guy. Yeah, that guy.
Did you know also, and we'll move on from this and get to stocks in a second, but while we're talking about Topher Grace, because this was a fun fact I learned, in the whole series of That 70s Show, Topher Grace is wearing a wig.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, fun fact. The more you know. All right.
All right. So looking at the BENE chart, so basically, when we were in the chat earlier, James was in there, with me talking, and I have been just buying this slowly because of the I saw the news. I saw it in similar headlines with DWAC, the DWAC. And when I started seeing it just being mentioned slightly in some spaces, I was like, you know what, I'll take a stab at this and just buy it a little bit at a time. And then I honestly wasn't in that portfolio. I looked into I was in a different one. So when I opened that one up, I was so surprised when I saw that it was halted. So I immediately sold it out at the halt at 1290.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, I'm out. I was like, I'm not going to play with this one. I got lucky and hit, I was in it like in the low 11s. And then I was watching it today again to say, okay, maybe I'll re-enter at 1133, took a spot in, and then got stopped out because I had to stop out at 1090 and it went down to that 1081. So I all in all, I took some profit on it. I probably shouldn't have traded it twice, but I thought it was going to continue to go after it took this little dip down, but it didn't quite get a second run. So now it looks, like it's trying to hold this 1082 level, if it can get above and hold 11 through the day. We might see it get like a day two push to this. I was looking at the 1221, like where VWAP is 1230. Look for that day two push. But if not, it'll probably fail and go back down to 10 and just hang out there. Like all these other stocks do that break from 10. They go right back down there and hang out around 1014 or so.
Were you using BENE to look at like DWAC or any of the other ones or not really?
Not really. It was, I always kind of stay away during the holiday season when we have markets closing, or if we're coming into a weekend around holidays. It just always kind of just doesn't, I don't trade well during those times. So I typically don't go too crazy. I look to take some profit off the table that I have, and then maybe get into some positions that I got into Gush the other day and took some profit in that. There's been a lot of moves where I've been getting in and taking profit within a day or two because making 6-7%, I just feel like why get slaughtered? Why be the pig?
It's because your belly is too full and you can't think straight.
I got all the dinners. I got to make all the food for Thanksgiving. So speaking of
Holy
being
cow! All right.
yeah,
Well,
I'm hosting.
we won't keep you long then. What else
No,
have you been trading?
that's tomorrow.
Yeah, man. This stuff takes time.
Exactly. What was the other one? RLX is another one I've been adding.
RLX. Yeah, I saw this one this morning.
I've been buying this since the $4 range, 420, 430, and then it finally broke out here, and you see this big volume for the average today. It just went through the roof. So I put a line up there at the 577 where it came back to. It touched it, and then now we're just going to probably chop around throughout the day. You know how trading is around noon. We'll see if we get some after hour or some afternoon pushes, but typically what I've seen with the market that we've been trading in is we get a nice little run in the mornings, and then it really, really cools down in between that noon to 2 o'clock hour. So
okay,
we'll see.
awesome.
We'll see how this one goes.
Tell us about a loser. Yeah, had any
Yes,
losers
I
that we
did
can
have a
learn from this
loser.
week?
Yes. Let me pull up this bad trade real quick because I had it on my list. KTTA.
Hey, if you're buying this one today, you missed it yesterday. If you're on Benzinga Pro, you had it yesterday. Tell us what you did here.
And so yesterday I got in on this one when it pulled back a little bit right here on this green candle. I got in, and then basically I put in a selling point to sell with like 30 cents. And then I thought I put in my stop, but I didn't. And I woke up this morning to owning this thing for around 620, and it's at $3.98. So
wow, there's a lesson if I've ever heard one.
yeah, I was trading on my phone, which I don't do a lot. I was trying to manage being the dad and throwing out some trades, and just didn't execute the trade the way I normally would, and just a mistake of over trading, trying to get in on the hype, kind of thing. I've noticed that if you get these nice spikes in the pre-market, you can get in at a good price and you're up early enough, and you can get in on, if you have a broker that allow you to get in early, then you can sometimes get in and out of these before the market even opens and make, 30, 40, 60 cents, 80 cents on these, under $10 stocks. And, so I know a lot of people are going on a point system. So they look to get a point. So when I say 60, 70, 80 cents, some people are like, oh, I don't want to wake up for 60, 70, 80 cents. Well, if you have 1,000 shares and you make $800 in 10 minutes, you're not going to be mad about it to take, or $600, things like that. So
lesson here was maybe don't forget to throw out an order,
Never.
sell stop order. That's probably, and also trading on your phone is not, I've done it. We've all done it.
It's when you're out of the office, like you're with the family.
We've all done it. It's not. Aaron does it sometimes on the show. It's never not always a great thing. So
I actually enjoy some of the newer platforms. The way that the buying and selling is set up on the phones, though. I do like the mobile version of a lot of these because it's I use my phone more than I use my computer nowadays. So it's I'm more familiar with it anyway, if that makes sense. I think it's going to get better.
Okay, what else are you watching today?
All right, we want to. I know James was asking to pull up some stuff. Did I just have a kid just come in? How did you get in here? Oh yeah.
Do we have a special guest?
We have a special guest, the
Awesome.
young trader. She knows what's red mean. What's red mean? Down, right? What's green? Up. That's right.
Red
is
means
bad,
down.
green is
Green
good.
means up. That's it.
It makes us get energy.
Yeah, that's right. Roblox is one that I really like for the long term. I think that once this
I don't know that.
yeah, you do know that one. You know Roblox.
Yo, how much money do you spend on Roblox?
I don't spend a lot of money on it. My son, I guess it is my money, but my son, he'll be 13 next month, so he uses his money on there on. I don't even know what he does.
Jesse, can you do me a favor? Because this is something I actually like to do, because I like to get a gauge of, what kids are like into and doing. And if you had kids, if you were an investor with kids, you knew Roblox is like a hit, right? You know that kids want to spend hours on there, they want to spend money on there. But we all know kids have kind of short attention spans. If your kids move on from Roblox to another game or something, will you let me know? Because at that point, I would like to put a big foot on Roblox.
Yeah, and I mean, it makes sense because I told you last time. Yes, hold on.
This one is on your ground.
Okay, can you go get it for me? Okay. The slime's on the ground. So basically, yeah, I mean, I do that with my son all the time. I ask him, like, what do you think about future things? Because he's a very smart kid and he's learning more from YouTube and from watching different people talk about different subjects, and he gets engaged. You know, I watch his comments and his profile on YouTube, like what he says and where he's at, what's he looking at, you know, what's he doing. And it's very interesting because when I was younger, we had AOL and we were trying to hit on girls on Instant Messenger. We weren't trying to learn about stocks or learn about anything other than that. And that's just what we were doing. And now my son's like, you know, in there having really in-depth conversations about like why the games are good, why they like these certain things about the games and the graphics, and they like the nostalgia. They like these the blocky games. I don't understand why they don't like they're like going retro, back to like retro gaming, and they like the freedom of being able to create whatever they want. And as silly as it is, like I walk in and I see just a bunch of wobbling characters with like sticks and they're just like battling each other rapidly. It's like Super Smash Brothers really dulled down, like this game that he's been playing. And I don't see, and he got mad at me because I was like, why do you play this goofy game? And he goes, Dad, I don't make fun of you for games you play. And
I wonder if it's like they're reverse engineering why you know, they're going back to the basics, right? Like this game is good because it has X, Y, and Z, and it has nothing else, right?
And the fact that they can learn how to build their own, they feel like they're a part of it. They can create their own mini game, and then their buddies from school can come in and they can play basically, you know, whatever they want to create, you know, capture the flag, things of that nature, and make their own little games in there.
The thing with Roblox that I want to know, which I agree, Jesse, I do like it long term, is I want to know, like, does the activeness fall off for users once they get past like 13, 14? You know, I want to see like the 14 to 18, because I know Roblox is huge from, you know, 8-year-olds to 13-year-olds, or maybe even younger than that. But I don't know if they maybe like grow out of it once they hit like late teens. So I want to get I need to do some digging into the demographics of people that are using Roblox to see if people are continuing to use it after, you know, 13, 14, 15 years old.
So maybe go into perspective of, you know, Mortal Kombat 1 was the very first game I ever bought. And I still own Mortal Kombat. Every time they come out with a Mortal Kombat, I buy it. Every time John Madden football comes out, I buy it. Will Roblox just come out with something new? And usually it's probably about a 10-year span that I would think that most people get out of the idea of it's hard for them. For me, if my friends, we play a game, we like it, we stick to it. Call of Duty, we played that forever. And it's just when you get to a certain age, I feel like Roblox doesn't interest me. But if Roblox came out with an adult version or an adult game that came into like the metaverse, and it was something to do with the future of gaming, of creating and being able to create your own game by, say, this is just off the wall idea, but what if you could go in and you could be with a bunch of programmers building a game and tell them your ideas, and they could help you build that game, or build you something to go into the metaverse? And I think that's going to happen. I think they have a lot that you sometimes missing the fact that Roblox is an entrepreneur, and it's a job for adults. It's not a game for them. So they're creating these games for these kids to play, and they're making money off of it. And if they make it for these developers to have a lot more monetization involved in creating these games, and giving them the freedom to build whatever they want, and giving them the platform to do it on, I think that you're going to see a lot of kids, like my son's generation, becoming developers, you know, for video games. And we're going to have a lot of different ideas getting thrown out there a lot quicker than we would have, where
I mean,
had to be voted on. Or
that's one of the best like bull cases for Roblox, is they don't have to spend the same amount of money developing games because they crowdsource them. They have kids creating games for them, and the games that people are creating on themselves will get better and better. So, you know, definitely a lot of things to like there. Like I said, that's the biggest thing for me that I want to look at before I, make a big investment into Roblox. When I say big investment, I'm talking like 3 shares or something based on my portfolio size. But will these users continue to use it, beyond? So I hear you're saying that the platform is going to keep growing. The kids that are ingrained in it now are going to keep finding new things to do on there. And yeah, we got Anthony Wilson in the chat saying he's 30, still plays Call of Duty. I'm 24. I've been playing Call of Duty for like 10 years. And every time they put out a new update out on Warzone, I'll go and re-download it. So, there are a few stocks that I think have that potential like Roblox does to grow, 5x over the next 10 years. I'm just throwing numbers out there, but, really get you like great returns. And I think Roblox is one of those.
Then we lost Jess. He froze. He froze, but that's okay because we have to wrap anyway. So
he's giving such like a he's giving me such a like a. He almost looks like he's looking at me like a disappointed father or something.
It's because he is. He's disappointed. He's disappointed.
Okay. Well, I hope
Jesse Kaylor, he runs EliteTrading.com. Links in description. Jesse, oh, now he's gone. All right. Happy Thanksgiving, Jesse. Good luck making all that food. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you again next week. AB, we got our next guest in studio. Let's bring him on. We got Dr. Dietrich Stephan. He's the chairman and CEO of NeuBase. Wait, what? Just Jesse? No, he's gone. Okay, let's bring Dr. Stephan on the show. There he is. Hello, how are we doing today?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming on the show. We're going to switch gears a little bit, and we'll talk a little bit about NeuBase and what you're working on. And interesting, you're one of those companies that the pandemic sort of played into what you were already working on. So tell us about what that is and how that's happened.
Yeah, well, we're a biotechnology company that fits into this category of precision genetic medicines, like some of the companies that you hear about all day long, Moderna and BioNTech. We have an emerging pipeline that's focused on curing both rare and common diseases using a new platform technology. And hopefully we'll give you a sense of that in a minute. But the goal of this platform technology is to get ahead of the disease by directly drugging the human genome to turn genes on or off as appropriate and halt the production of broken proteins, which ultimately cause human diseases. So in a nutshell, we are able to uniquely drug the human genome to stop the progression of diseases.
So talk about what programs you have, because I was reading, I believe Huntington's disease is your primary program.
It is, yes. So we have an emerging pipeline in myotonic dystrophy type 1, a severe genetic disease which affects the brain, the heart, and skeletal muscle and results in a shortened lifespan. Huntington's disease, which is just one of the worst diseases out there. Actually, your brain dies and then you die, and there's no effective therapy for it. And by the time a patient gets diagnosed, generally, they have kids and half their kids carry the mutant gene. And we're also addressing oncology by targeting the most prevalent cancer-causing gene. It's a gene called KRAS that collectively causes about 30% of all cancers and has been historically completely undruggable. And it's why if you get pancreatic cancer, essentially it's a death sentence because those are driven by KRAS. And so those are our 3 lead programs. But I think it's important to recognize that every human disease is genetic. And I know that is a broad statement, but whether it's the 10% of rare diseases that, the rare diseases that collectively touch 10% of the global population, only 5% of which have available therapeutics, or it's cancer, which are going to affect half of us that are alive today, and half again of us are going to die of it. Not to be morbid, but I'm trying to explain sort of the unmet need, the global unmet need that we as a pharma industry have not yet been able to address because we haven't had the technologies until today with NeuBase.
All right, so that was very morbid. Thank you for making me question my mortality the day before Thanksgiving. So where are you as far as pipeline here, right? Tell us about the pipeline. I know you guys raised a pretty substantial amount of money already this year. So, I'm imagining you're using that to fund trials, but can you just tell us about the pipeline?
Sure, absolutely. So the pipeline is, well, let me take a half step back. So in the history of the pharmaceutical industry, we used to pour buckets of random chemicals on cells from people with a disease and hope that, literally millions of them, and then hope a few stuck and weren't toxic. And then we would go on a 10-year, multi-billion-dollar chemical engineering adventure with very low probability of success. And that's why we still have so many undruggable diseases. We couldn't do it fast enough and efficient enough, and why we have to recoup all of that money in terms of drug pricing. And as a result of the human genome and computational technologies, we have a new and exciting set of companies called precision genetic medicines companies that can target RNA and silence misbehaving genes or reactivate them or even start to edit them. All of those have limitations. They fall into the category of, number one, not being able to be delivered broadly in the human body. And so if you have a brain disease, a lot of those drugs can't get there. They cause immune side effects. So your body reacts against them and you can't give those drugs for extended periods of time. They're not really precise, even though they're called precision medicines. There's crosstalk between them and other human diseases, and they're difficult to manufacture. And so about 3 years ago, we put a dream team together of leaders in the industry, folks like George Church, famous professor at Harvard, and established drug developers, and said, how do we create a new platform technology that engineers out all of those limitations and allows us to really become scalable at just picking off, and this is the vision, right? Picking off disease after disease after disease in a truly scalable fashion. And so we founded the company and first capitalized it a little over 2 years ago. So we have a short operating history, but we've raised about 100 million based on the team and the technology and the IP. And in that time, we've established the wet lab facilities in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to spit out compounds. Anytime we spit them out against our pipeline indications, DM1, Huntington's, and KRAS, when we dose animals with a patient-friendly route of administration, such as a subcutaneous injection, we engage the target, we resolve the genetic disease, and that's well tolerated. So now we're past platform validation. And on the back of that, we are now filing our first investigational new drug application at the end of next year. That's got to be some sort of world record in terms of execution across 3 years from
real fast. You were fast. You said the end of next year?
Yes, exactly. 2022.
Okay. What exactly, what takes so long, out of curiosity?
Oh, well, it's interesting that you think that's a long time. If you
look I mean, if you're already, I guess you're right. In the grand scheme of things, it's not. But based on the timeline, and the progress you've already made, I guess, I think that's 14 months from now. It seems like a long time, right, for investors?
Actually, it's probably some sort of world record lightning speed from going from a first-in-class platform modality to filing an IND within 3 years of founding. Generally, if you look at companies and just reference Alnylam, $23 billion market cap company, took them almost a decade to get their first compound filed as an IND. Look at Moderna, with their mRNA vaccine, another almost a decade to make the progress that we've made. So I just want to put it in context. I mean, we internally feel like it's a long time as well. But I think it's reasonable. And after we get first clinical data out, that's when we really begin to scale the company across different indications.
So a multi-year story here is kind of the bottom line.
Oh yeah, I mean, biotech is a mid to long-term play, but these if that's the time frame you're working on, these types of companies, platform companies with a multiplicity of indications, can be transformational for a portfolio.
So you mentioned Moderna. Obviously, the company itself has been around for a little while now, but COVID basically just like turned the what's the good analogy here? It turned like the booster on, the accelerator on, and they went like from moving at a normal pace to moving 1,000 miles an hour. How has the pandemic, shifted your timeline? Because it obviously brought attention to platform type of of drugs, which Moderna also has.
Yeah. So we had an opportunity to get into COVID, and I think addressing viral genomes using a systemically administered therapy is something that we could do effectively. But we decided to stay the course, recognizing there were a lot of good efforts around vaccines and therapeutics in play, and have stayed focused on the rare and common indications that we're working on. And so we worked all through COVID. We did get slowed down a little bit by some of the leveraged infrastructure that the pharmaceutical industry uses from a contract research outsourcing perspective. But I would say nothing significant, and so we're executing. Yeah.
Okay. Dr. Dietrich, Stephan, the founder and CEO of NeuBase, ticker NBSE. The chart was up before. Dr. Stephan, have a happy Thanksgiving, and thank you so much for joining us today on Benzinga Live.
Thank you so much for having us. Take care.
All right. Let's go. We got a couple minutes here before we're going to bring on our next guest. So let's do some checking on the chat, see what's new in there. I saw you guys talking about the virtual metaverse. Okay, so here's my thing on that, right? In theory, the metaverse isn't real estate unlimited. Who mentioned Smurf just now? Taylor Irvin, virtual real estate. I can't tell if you're being serious or not, Taylor. If you are being serious, then explain it to me, because I don't understand. Right? I just saw the headline that someone sold some virtual real estate for what like $1 million or something, right? But like, come on now. Let's be serious. Virtual real estate. It's like internet real estate. It's unlimited. And I'm interested, Taylor. I like being sold on ideas. I like people disagreeing with me, right? So please, by all means, disagree with me and tell me why I'm wrong. I don't see it right now. I really don't. Adjum, that is a big difference. And yeah, I'm still not sold. Still not sold. 2.4 million, is that what it was, Brett? $2.4 million for some virtual real estate. How about some real world real estate? Could use some of that in my life. All right, let's bring on our next guest here. Again, as I said off the top of the show, just because Benzinga has our own research platform and market, analytics tool does not mean we do not like to talk to other people who have their own tools. And our next guest has exactly that. Ulrich Ebensperger, the CEO of Ziggma. I'm like 95% sure I said his name right. We're about to find out. How'd I do, Uli?
Hi, Spencer. You did well. Thank you. Thanks for having
Did I
me.
get your name right? Mostly right.
Yeah, it's mostly right, but I'll give you a B+.
Can you correct me?
Uli Ebensperger.
Uli Ebensperger.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Thanks for having me on.
Tell us about Ziggma. I was looking at the platform. You guys have some pretty cool tools. It's basically a stock, or it's an investing research platform. So tell us about it.
Well, thanks for having me. I like the intro, right? So it's very generous to have us on. But so no fear. We got started as a portfolio tracking platform. So we put portfolio tracking and portfolio optimization at the center of it. So our mission is to build the investing and wealth management, solution of the future. The problem we're solving is that investing is complex, cumbersome, and time-consuming, as you probably all know. And so we here at Ziggma, we develop features and data solutions that take the complexity out of investing. It's as simple as that.
So like how, for example?
Well, we help people understand their portfolios better. So I can see you on the website. You're unfortunately not on the app, but if you link your account, your bank.
Well,
account,
do you want to show us? If you want, you can share your screen and you can show us.
Yeah. How do I do that?
You can click the little share button on the bottom there.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
And then you can share your
Can you see my screen now?
Yeah, I do. What do we got here?
Okay. So let me go back a second. So this is, the dashboard. So you would link your portfolio. So it just happens to be what we call a guru portfolio. It's Renaissance technology. So what we do is we provide model portfolios with the top 10 holdings of, some of the most famous investors like Steve Cohen, David Abrams, Dan Loeb, Renaissance Technologies. So here's what I'm talking about. So here you have a dashboard where we help people understand the portfolio better. So you have, for example, weighted average yield. Don't see that really anywhere. You have, risk, your portfolio risk, and we help you monitor that over time. And you have a couple of what we call portfolio quality measures. So your average ROA of your portfolio companies, return on assets, average revenue growth rate. And for saving the best for last, you have our average Ziggma stock score. So this is where the research side comes in. We have our proprietary algorithm doing fundamental big data analysis, where we score stocks within the industries.
So what does that mean? The higher the score, what?
The higher the score, the better the company. So we crunch, a whole bunch of metrics for valuation, a whole bunch of metrics for growth, a whole bunch of metrics for profitability, and some more for financial situation. It's fundamental analysis. I'm a credit analyst of 16 years of experience. My partner was at RD in private equity. So this is our background really. So we crunch numbers. We joined with a couple of very good engineers and software programmers, and we're basically doing it now with a big data approach. So basically, what we used to do in our spreadsheets, right? Cumbersome and time series, and then trying to pull it all together, adding weights and stuff like that. We just now have the computer do it. So it's big data. It's a more holistic picture, and it's unbiased.
You strike me as a Microsoft Excel power user.
I used to be, not anymore, luckily.
Okay, fair enough. It's interesting. It's an interesting tool because I don't feel like, maybe this could be my own judgment or bias, but I don't feel like a lot of younger and newer investors really even understand the idea of looking at their portfolio as a sum of all the parts and not just like individual things. You know what I mean? I looking at your site and you have a quote from someone that says, yeah, they use Robinhood for their trading and Ziggma for their research. And I don't know. I don't know how many people actually do top down portfolio analysis. I think they all should. I think everyone should, but I don't know how many people do it. I don't know if you have thoughts there.
Yeah, well, maybe a fun fact is that the number one broker that our users connect from or to, however you want to see it, is Robinhood, right?
That's interesting.
So we really get a feeling that people, they had fun in the first half of the year, and if they did well, they kind of like, now what? I made a lot of money, or maybe they grew up, they get a job. Or they keep adding wealth to their portfolio, and they're getting serious about it. And at Robinhood, they're like, well, what do I do now? Right now, I want to do more. I want to extend my portfolio. Maybe I want to go into other asset classes. I want to monitor my portfolio better. I want to optimize it in a more solid approach.
Right.
And they come to us. If you look at I looked at the Robinhood investor presentation, the Q3 presentation, and basically it really confirms our hypothesis. What they're working on now, because the Q3 results were really bad, is to help the first time investor become like a long time investor. And so they're working on kind of the same things, only that we started a little earlier.
That's what I want. My dream here is that everybody that opened an account in the last year and a half, 2 years, and had some fun making YOLO trades, and maybe they made money, or maybe they lost money, I don't know, but I want them all to understand that time in the market is greater than timing the market, And my fear, my like things that I actually think about, like on my way home, and is like people that got smoked on a stock or on an options trade, and are think, yep, I'm done. It's not for me. And they, because the people that sold all their stocks, after the .com crash, missed out on like this entire decade, or even the Great Recession too. You sold then, you missed out on the whole next decade. And I hope everyone understands that, right? That's like my mission, is to get people to stay in the market, even if it means not making YOLO options trades. Investing can be boring, and that's a good thing. So,
it's our mission too, right? And the way we go about it is to make it easier for people, right? So, the most obvious example I always give is, everybody knows that they have to own a diversified portfolio, but how many people really pay attention to that, right? It's cumbersome, right? You don't want to check your bank account, or you don't want to run an Excel file, to go back to Excel and update that file every day, right? So what we have is what we call smart alerts. So basically, you come here, you use a sliding scale, you say, okay, I want to know when my biggest position makes up 20% of my portfolio, right? And then they set that alert, and then they go away and worry about something else. And when that happens, we send out an alert. So, we help people be more diversified. We help people, stay more on the quality side of things. We help people understand the stocks better. If you look, for example, our strengths and weaknesses section, right? So it really came to a surprise to us, but it's one of our most favorite features. It's here on the left. It's basically what we used to put on the first page of the reports that we submit to the portfolio managers. A short summary of strengths and weaknesses of a stock.
Nice.
It really helps the less experienced investors help them focus on what's important for that company, and it helps also the more experienced investors to wrap their head around the stock and really dive quickly into what matters.
That kind of answered my next question, was like, maybe it doesn't. What is your favorite metric, your favorite way to gauge a portfolio? Do you have a favorite metric, like one that you look at above all else?
I look at our Ziggma stock scores.
Okay,
now,
but no, that's cheating. That's cheating. Besides the Ziggma score.
You want to go into it's growth. I mean, it's all about growth, right? It's about revenue growth. It's about earnings growth, and you just want to have that go up. So this is why we added. This is relatively recent. So we added these mini charts. So lacking bandwidth. So we added these mini charts. So you want to make sure that your portfolio companies, that the revenue keeps on going up, not down. If that graph slopes down, you should go into your portfolio and look which of those stocks is underperforming, and then you act on it or not. But at least we help you understand it.
Got it. So for our users out here, is there a way they can kind of try out the platform or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, you can try it out. Most of it is free, really, and the premium plan starts at $9.90, so it's not the end of the world. And maybe a scoop for you guys. So we're literally days away of launching what we call Ziggma 2.0. So it's going to be a complete design revamp. It's going to be much faster. It's going to have dark mode. It's something that's been requested very heavily. And once we roll that out in a couple of days, then there will be some really nice deals that go with that. So if you sign up, for people that sign up today, they will get that notification or that email, and then they will be eligible for those deals. But pretty much all of what I'm showing you is free, right? You can go into the companies. You can actually get quarterly data for free as well. If you link your bank account, and you can see over here how we score your stocks, right? That's free as well. But where the premium starts is when you get in there and you actually want to see what's the top 10 in that industry by score. That's where the pay barrier is. But there's a lot of the screener as well is free. So it's our most popular feature by far, because what we did is we did away with those drop down menus that are just bottomless. So we just picked, a sensible number of indicators, and if you don't want to, use that, you can just use a growth score, which is an aggregation of all kinds of indicators that we select, and then you just use here the ruler bar, and the results update immediately down here. And so we didn't reinvent the screener. We just, wanted to make it much more user-friendly.
Awesome. Uli Ebensperger, Ziggma, a lot of free features. Everyone should try it out. I'm going to try it out myself, Uli. Thanks a lot for coming on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
All right. I have a guest next to me. I don't know, Rohan, if you can zoom out. I got Matt Kolb just decided to walk in front of the camera during the show and sit down next to me, which is totally cool, by the way, Matt. But I don't know if his mic is on.
You did tell me to come by.
Oh, wait. Put the headphones on so we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you to come on, but I didn't mean walk in front of the camera as we were doing this. Yeah. What's up, man?
Let's
How you
go. Matt Kolb in the house.
Matt Kolb in the
Let's do
house. Wave to the camera up there. You're on camera. There we go. All right. Matt is here because in the next 2 minutes, we're going to do... Actually, maybe we can do it right now. We have Thanksgiving themed trivia. We had so much fun doing trivia last week that we thought, let's do it every week. So that's what we're going to do. Obviously, no show tomorrow, no show Friday. So we're going to do it today. Before we start that, though, Matt, I would imagine you have a couple of stocks you want to talk about. Maybe you don't.
I'm very excited about the social media stocks. They've been
Really?
absolutely hammered.
Which ones?
Pinterest,
Okay.
Twitter, Snap kind of finally broke out yesterday. But, Pinterest. This is the time of year. It's a very women-dominated site, and all the advertisers want to go towards them. So, right now, perfect timing. They've been absolutely slaughtered, down 60%, some even 50%. So I'm getting constructive on the social media stocks. I mostly focus on small caps. So the fact that I'm going into these shows how bullish I am.
Move the mic a little closer. There you go. You can move the mic towards your face.
I know. I just hate
Okay, I wouldn't have expected that from you. I wouldn't
Yeah.
have expected that. That's not your typical bag. Not your
Nope.
typical bag.
But it's the holidays. Why not talk social media?
Appreciate it. All right, cool. Matt's watching social media stocks. Hey, Enver, are we ready on the trivia? He's giving the thumbs up. All right, what do I got to do here? This is weird because I got way fewer people here with me than normal. I don't got to do anything.
We're on the 30-second countdown.
Nice. Okay, so I think we have 7 or 8 questions prepared.
Okay.
Now, full disclosure, I have not seen these questions. I don't know. I cannot vouch for them in any way. Neither can Aaron. Neither can Matt. I can't vouch for them in any way, shape, or form.
Is it multiple choice? I'm scared.
It's multiple choice. Here's the rules. You put the number of the answer in the chat. That's how you play along.
Well, I don't have it up.
Well, you and me can just say it out loud. You put the number of the answer in the chat. That's how you play. Winner will get some free swag. Number 1. In what year was the first Thanksgiving celebrated? Was it 1, 1925? Is it 2, 1800? Is it 3, 1777? Or is it 4, 1621? I'm going to go with 4.
I'm going to go with 4 too.
4 seems like an easy
Yeah,
one
because
here.
it's like when the Pilgrims came to the United States for the first time, right? They sat down with the Native
But
Americans.
not everyone,
and had a nice
not
dinner.
everyone watching is American. We understand that. You are at a disadvantage. Tough.
It would have been 4 or 3 for me, but definitely 4.
Definitely 4, you guys. All right. Well, we're computing the answers right now. Oh, Mitch, you want to?
Am I too late?
Mitch, I forgot you were here. I'm sorry.
Am I too late?
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mitch. I forgot you were even here.
No worries.
Yeah, for shame, a couple of you non-Americans. For shame. All right, Matt, you want to read the next question when it comes up in 2 seconds?
Sure.
All right, here we go.
How many turkeys are prepared for Thanksgiving in America each year? Interesting.
Wow.
There's-
46
I
million.
got something. There's 330 million people in the world. Or in the United
46 million, 3 million, 15 million, or 120. Wow. That's a tough one.
What do you think is the average people at one Thanksgiving dinner, so we can use your overall population?
So what was it? Three?
calculation?
You said
330, I think. That's about how many Americans are.
divided by what?
Maybe
7
3 or 4? Or?
Divided by, I was gonna say 7.
I
was
went
gonna
with
say
4
10.
because I 125 is a little less than half, and I feel like even that's kind of.
I'm gonna go with 1. I'm gonna go with 1. 46 million.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
let's
go
go with the
15
one.
million.
You're
Why
saying
not?
15. He's saying 3. Aaron's saying 4. Mitch and I are saying 1. This is a good question. We got some disagreements.
46 just seems way too high. But then again, you could do 2 or 3. So
Wait, 46 seems high. Aaron said 125, didn't he?
I said
That's
120.
insane.
Oh,
There's no way.
46. Mitch and I victorious.
Wow. That's a lot of turkey. And the price of turkey
It's a lot of turkey.
is insane. Hey, guys, I got to tell you something. My favorite dish, and I posted this on Twitter, is lamb shank. So I haven't been back to Detroit in 2 years outside of one quick visit. And so I go into my favorite restaurant, Pegasus. And
Still around. Real
Yeah.
fast. Where's the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Day Parade held? Go. Finish your story.
Oh, this should be easy.
Yeah, you guys do this one.
Yeah.
This is like a story about inflation. I'm shocked.
Okay.
Okay, I used to get lamb shank for $17. It is now $26 in a year. I mean, think that's 50% inflation. My buddy told me the cost of lamb has gone up 100%. For the Fed to say there's no inflation, F them.
No.
No, it's only like
okay, time out. I'm not to
It's only
not to be a Fed
5%.
apologist. They're not saying there is no inflation. They're saying
It's transitory, which is complete bullshit. They are ruining it for the people that don't have the money, and I'm going on this show and I'm upset, and they better do something quickly, even if it ruins the stock market and Dogecoin. Okay, we need to help
Oh,
out
you see that?
America.
You see what I did there?
no. What'd you do?
You don't see my pointing?
Yeah, New York City. We got you.
Yes,
Yes,
Oh,
New-
that's easy though. Come
yeah.
on.
All right. Every year, the Macy's Day Parade is held in. Oh, we had a true false question. Mitch, read us the question.
All right. Thanksgiving is the biggest travel day of the year in the United States.
That's gotta be true.
False.
wait, is it saying the
100%
actual
false.
day? Is it
Yeah,
saying the actual day?
Nobody
of
travels on Thanksgiving.
Oh, hey, excuse me. I'm traveling on Thanksgiving.
You're one of a million because
You see, good catch there, AB.
It's because it's very low cost. That's why I spent.
No, I'm going true.
false.
Well, I just want to know if the question is referring to the actual Thursday of
Yes.
Thanksgiving.
Yes, that's what it's referring. I
false
mean,
for
I'm
sure.
interpreting that to mean that. That's right.
Well, at least from the question, we'll go with that.
I'm going with true. It's got to be. It's got to be.
False.
What else? Like what? New Year, Christmas
The
Eve?
day before Christmas? Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah,
the,
the
I would
day
say like
before
2 days
Christmas.
before Thanksgiving or 2 days before Christmas or New Year's.
Hey, listen, we're not all like Aaron Bree. We can't all afford flights on a Tuesday. All right.
He must come from.
Some of us have to fly on Thursday. It is what it is. All right.
Some of us are not flying out.
Some of us. Hey, it's true. Yes. Oh, that one was split though. That was split.
I'm calling BS on that.
I am too. How do they prove that?
The first
Scam.
Thanksgiving lasted. The first Thanksgiving lasted 2 days, 3 days, 1 day, or 4 days. This has got to be a trick question.
I'm
feel-
actually going to go with 3 days too.
It's got yeah. It can't be. It's not. What can't be 1, right? There's no way it's 1.
Why?
Because if it's 1, then they wouldn't. They wouldn't be a question. They wouldn't be asking.
I'm going 1. I'm going 1.
That's some
because
good logic there, Spencer.
3. I'm a contrarian.
All right, I'm also going to go with 3. 3
No, I'm
seems
going with 1 because I'm a contrarian.
3
I'm going-
seems reasonable. Aaron,
I went with 2 days.
2 seems reasonable too.
I think
Ah,
2
they all
days
seem
of
reasonable.
heavy eating, 1 day to recover together. Let's just. sit around.
Jonas asked why the days don't match the numbers because screw you, Jonas. That's why. We're trying to make things confusing for you. Oh, it was 3.
Boom! Look at that.
Wow.
Fun.
Nice.
Money Mitch knew a fact.
How'd you know that, Chubbs?
Well,
Hey, Shubs is in the office today. Maybe he'll
I'm
come
sure
on
he
camera
knows
for 2
the
seconds.
story.
Really?
The story
Oh,
of
Shubs
Thanksgiving.
actually contributed here?
How many calories are consumed in the average Thanksgiving dinner? I'll take the over.
500.
I'll take the over.
Yeah,
6,000.
I'm gonna go 2.
Actually, that is very high. I'm gonna actually go 1,500. I'm gonna take the low side on
No
this.
way.
Dude, 1,500 is a day's worth of calories in a normal diet, and that
No,
ain't it.
2,000 is
You're right,
is-
actually, you're
2,000.
right.
But we're talking
4,500.
about a dinner.
All the wine. Think about it. You drink
Dude,
5 glasses of
I'll
wine.
take the over.
is this pie included?
I'll take 6.
I'm taking 4,500. 6 is insane.
Oh,
6,000
6,000 calories.
6,000 calories. Think
That's
about
how
it.
you get big.
Wait, no, think about it. When you add the alcohol and when you add dessert, not even dinner, alcohol plus dessert itself is like
2,000.
22,000. Easy
Well,
2,000.
Not everyone drinks 5 or 6 drinks like you and I.
Okay, but that's not even including dinner. Then you add dinner on top of that, and then you add second dinner, right?
Let's
Boom,
go.
baby. I finally got one right.
Boom.
4,500.
Yeah.
Baby. That's insanity.
Matt Kolb.
Do we not all do second dinner? Maybe not.
This guy said second dinner.
Yeah. Okay. Which character on the TV show Friends once got his or her head stuck in a turkey? Was it Ross, Phoebe, Joey,
Oh,
or Chandler?
look.
Alright, so
I
I
actually
don't watch this
just-
show, but it's got to be Joey because he's like the biggest idiot of the group.
I'm
Guys,
trying to think.
I know this sounds funny, but wait till I show you guys something in a second.
Okay, I don't actually remember. It's been so long since I've seen it.
I agree with
Um,
Matt. I don't know for sure, but I feel like it's just got to be Joey.
I feel like it was Ross. I'm
I
gonna say
can't
one.
answer this because I'm gonna cheat.
Okay,
Don't cheat.
I feel like it's got to
Look.
be.
Look at my
The-
Twitter. I just tweeted this out.
Yeah, but she's not. That's not an answer. That's not an option.
Put
Wait.
it up.
I'm trying. That's not an option.
Wait, what's not an option?
There was someone's head. In the
He just showed Monica. That wasn't an option.
Wait, show the pull the
Show
I
the
clip
have
clip
it.
again.
I have the.
That's
clip right
Monica.
there.
That's Monica. That's not an option here.
How do you
How do you
know,
know
that
it's
based off
Monica?
of that body?
Because I've seen the show.
I mean, she is hot.
Yeah. You know why Spencer knows that's Monica.
So a big Friends viewer in our chat said it's Joey and Monica.
and Monica.
Oh, excuse me.
Ooh.
All right.
So where did it actually was Joey?
It was Joey.
Okay, I'm a winner.
All right. What city calls itself the pumpkin capital of the world? What the heck?
Yeah, it's Chandler. It's not even Joey.
California,
That
they
was
probably don't even
Chandler.
allow pumpkins based off of their regulations. So let's throw that one out.
What? What'd you say?
Just
I've never.
I lived in California. It was just oh god.
I've never heard of any of these places. I'm gonna go with Michigan because we live in Michigan.
No, I'm gonna go Illinois.
Isn't this more of a Halloween question?
Doesn't love a pumpkin pie.
I actually don't. It turns out we made
What?
it last year.
You don't like pumpkin pie?
My fiance and I made it last year, and then we realized, wait a minute, neither of us actually like this thing, so we didn't really eat it.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't like pumpkin pie. Sorry.
Come on, Morton. Come on, baby.
Hot take.
Hook it up.
Matty Ice noting Illinois has farms. So does Michigan.
Boom, baby.
Let's
I knew it had to
go.
be. I knew
good
it.
job.
I'm
Good
on a
job.
roll
You're
now.
killing it. You're killing it.
Everyone's
baby.
leaving California.
Everyone's leaving California.
Do you know the taxes? I can't live there just based off the taxes.
Yeah. Is this? Oh, that was it. That was the last one. Jeff Gallagher. Is that right? Jeff Gallagher. Congratulations. You are this week's winner. Send us an email. Jeff, send us an email. I'll put the email up on the screen. Shows. I didn't spell Benzinga right. Shows@benzinga.com. Bada bing, bada boom.
Wait, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna give him a free Benzinga Pro.
Dude. Kolb, those days are over.
No. Let's.
We don't do that anymore.
I know I don't, but hey, I'm here. It's my. I'm on the show.
Shows
Let's
at
make it happen.
benzinga.com. Jeff, congratulations. Email us. We'll send you some swag.
Free marketing.
Mo, your swag's on the way. Give it a minute. We use a print on demand service, so they first got to print it, then they got to ship it.
Wait, who are you talking to?
Mo
Oh,
trades
Mo?
it. He won last Friday, and
Mo, yeah, Mo. It's in transit, man. It's dude, supply chain.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Mo.
You know how it
It's
is,
on the
Mo.
way, bro.
Well, you're in the spreadsheet, and your column is checked off, which means that AB sent it. So, I promise.
Well, I'm
Hope you guys had fun.
Having one of these on Thanksgiving, a nice little
Pumpkin pie?
THC edible that I'm
Oh,
getting.
THC.
Yeah, it's a pumpkin pie edible. It's literally a pumpkin pie. It's beautiful.
That's beautiful. Hey, real fast, before we bring on our next guest, let's go around the horn. Let's name our favorite Thanksgiving side dish. Who wants to start?
I'll do. I like the cranberry.
Really?
Well,
I
I
was gonna
like
say
it like
that.
in tangent with everything. Like I like getting
I've
a
never
bite-
liked that.
I
I've
like
never
getting a
liked that.
bite with the mashed potatoes, turkey, stuffing, and then the cranberry all on top. And then my other favorite thing is the day after Thanksgiving, making sandwiches with like stuffing, turkey, cranberry. Oh my god, it's so good.
Not a side dish, but I load everything up with gravy. Just take it and just keep
Interesting.
slapping it on.
Interesting. Gravy, cranberry sauce. I'm a stuffing guy. I'll eat like all the stuffing. I'll pass up on all the other things if it means I get a little bit more stuffing. So I'm all about that stuffing life. Mitch, what about you?
Well, since I already said one, I'm gonna go with cornbread here.
Ooh,
Hidden trick right here. Cornbread.
cornbread.
I love
Okay.
me a little side of cornbread. A little
Okay.
southern in me. What can I
Okay.
say?
I dig it. I dig it.
I'm from the South.
You're not. Florida is not the South, man.
It is the
Flor-
South, man.
No, it's not. Florida is like southern New York.
How is Florida not the South?
Because
Right? Let them know, Matt.
wait, where in Florida are you from?
It
Mitch?
doesn't matter.
No,
I'm not
it
gonna
does
say
matter.
that. We're not
does
gonna say
matter.
all that. What?
Okay,
'Cause
fine.
I- 'cause I'm
Okay,
Spanish,
okay,
bro?
fine. South Florida is not the South. I'll give you Northern Florida.
Hey,
you know,
Pretty much everywhere outside of like Miami.
Just
is
because
South.
they roast pigs for Thanksgiving don't mean they don't know about it.
Okay,
That's like Michigan not
fine.
being in the Midwest.
I'll give you the majority of the state, but most people in Florida live down by Miami or in the that area, right? And that ain't the South. I'm sorry. That's South New York is what that is. Because all the New Yorkers retire and move down there.
Shelly knows. I'm an island boy.
Wait, Matty Ice.
Mhm.
He's.
Wait.
I'm not. I've never said Missouri is the South. Missouri is Midwest. I'm not.
Yeah, Missouri ain't South.
No, there are parts of Missouri. Like if you get down to Southeast Missouri, like by Cape Girardeau, then you're.
They're in the SEC conference.
That's true. Southeast. Yeah. I don't know. Anyone who tries to argue about Missouri being from the South is wrong, unless you're like specifically talking about certain parts.
Wait, so Missouri definitely the Midwest. Michigan is Midwest too, right?
That's what we're considered, the Midwest.
Yeah, we're considered. But we're so far
We're really
from.
Mid-East.
That's true. Mideast, is that a thing? Mideast?
We're in the Eastern time zone. It's not, but I'm calling it.
It's true. Michigan is. I didn't know that when I moved here. That was a fun surprise. Eastern time zone.
But you were already in the Eastern time zone in Maryland, right?
Right. New Jersey. Yeah. And I was like, hey, great. Same time zone for me. Awesome. All right. Matt Kolb, you want to hang out with Nick Chahine? Nick's coming on the show.
Sure, why not?
All right. We got Nick here, lurking in the background. It's funny. Smash the like for trivia. That was
Hey,
fun.
Follow me on Twitter, MSUMAK.
Okay. MSUMK. Let's talk options here with Nick Chahine, the
Oh,
author. What's
I
up?
was just gonna say I saw a tweet from Matt last night, like in the wild. Like it wasn't because I was following him. I like opened a tweet, and you know how you can see replies. So I opened this tweet that I saw, and then saw one of Matt's replies, and I was like, "Yeah, I know that guy."
Was it embarrassing?
No, it was a tweet about stocks. Some guy posted all the returns for like all the big high flyers. So
Dude.
like,
They were
DraftKings,
getting
Peloton.
Dude, that went viral. That was on pre-market prep before it was everywhere else. I'm just saying.
How do you
That
know it
tweet?
wasn't me?
Because I saw that before anyone else did.
Well,
Who was
I
who was the
break
guy who
news.
tweeted it originally? His name?
I don't know, but the guy who tweeted it copied it from someone at Wedbush. Okay.
Obviously, they do the work.
Well, either way, someone else replied
promote.
on it and was like, "Now post the returns of good stocks." And Matt was like, "These were all high flyers." But I kind of agree with the person that was like, "Post a return of good stocks." If you're just posting the return of like Peloton and some of these other companies that just happen to go up like 100% during the pandemic, that's not very indicative of like the overall markets to me.
True.
But to
true
be down
story.
70 or 80%, come on. I mean, there's been a lot of pain outside of Apple, AMD, and Nvidia,
That's true.
and Tesla. So I mean, this thing is looking really, really scary from the majority of people that have been chasing.
Well, if
So,
you're, it looks scary if you're following into those stocks. Like if you bought Peloton at like its high of like $120, you should know that if you're buying a stock that's trading that high compared to the company's revenue or sales, that there's a good.
Let me explain something. So every portfolio manager,
Explain to
they
us.
need to outperform the benchmarks. if they don't, I mean, most people could just buy the Qs, which has been the outperformer. So you need to be in those stocks to outperform the Qs, or you can't get paid, or you get fired. So the fact that the only good stocks are the Qs, like the Qs must be crushing the majority of managers, and all their bonuses are based off of outperformance.
Tough life.
It is
Tough life.
I mean, come on, that's
Let's bring on Nick Chahine, author of the Benzinga Options newsletter. Nick, what's going on, man?
I'm enjoying this conversation, so don't ask me for directions. I'm a foreigner. I grew up in East Beirut. How about that? Is that good?
That's true. That's true. Nick, before I forget, what is your favorite Thanksgiving side dish?
He just said he's from East Beirut.
Cornbread.
No, but he's.
I know, I'm kidding.
He obviously cornbread.
Cornbread.
Okay.
Yeah, that holiday I adopted real quick.
see,
I mean, food, right. Eating all you can eat. Who doesn't want to do that?
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. All right. Nick, I know you're always watching options. You're always making trades, always watching the market from the option side. What are you seeing out there? I feel like I'm seeing, maybe this is not the case. It just feels like it is. I think I'm seeing a lot more nervousness than we're used to heading into the holiday.
You guys nailed it. It depends what you're long. That's true. The statistics look, we've never been higher. How come my portfolio is down? People are asking. Right? So we've never been higher. So it depends what you were long. I'm still waiting. If you get my write-ups for weeks and weeks and weeks, I was waiting for confirmation from the small caps. So the indices are not going to take off without the small caps joining them. And on a weekly basis, they've been stuck in a range. Finally, they broke through it, but now they're retracing the area. Amazon did something similar. Amazon is trying to break out to 4,200. Yeah, don't fall out of your chair. It's doable even by February, but they have to confirm the weekly breakout, because it would do what NVIDIA did. They rallied, they went for months or weeks this way. And when you take off from that consolidation zone, you're going to bum rush the bears and just go almost as long as you went to get there. So technically, I wouldn't short the markets for that reason, but I need the confirmation from the small caps. And like today, the RTY 2330 or higher would release the S&P above its 4695.5 futures from yesterday high. But then, will that happen before an hour from now when the Fed minutes come out? So intraday, there is a trade or two or three. Actually, we did it, and we nailed the SPX bottom this morning, and Apple, two separate trades. The SPX first level paid out, and if somebody wants to take the second leg, it's unfolding right now. And the upside from that is SPX. I think I shared to take a short-term trade that expires today at 47.05. Which is totally doable, and it cost 50 cents this morning. So it would pay you, $4.50 in options terms. That's a huge win.
I just want to comment or repeat Polar Knight's comment from the Twitch chat. The stream right now is a perfect evolution of beards. You got clean shaven on the right. You got a little bit more scruff.
Clean shaven. That's like rare.
Yeah.
Well, I told you I'm from Beirut, so I can grow one in like an hour.
Right. Nick, do you want to show your charts and show us what you're looking at?
I'll share my screen.
Okay, awesome.
Is that what you're asking me nicely?
Yes. And then someone asked in the chat, Jonas asked if the market closed early. No, full day today. No market tomorrow. Half day on Friday. No stock market tomorrow. Half day for stocks on Friday. Market closes at 1 o'clock Eastern in the U.S.
Can you see it? Can you see it?
Yeah. Yes, I can.
Oh, yeah, I can see it. Yeah. Okay, so this was a setup I was sharing. So today, what do I do, right? So the indices have never been higher. What do I do? So if I'm right, and the small caps are going to confirm the breakout, and the markets are going to take off another 5 to 9% from here, then I should look to buy dips in stocks that have been beaten down, good stocks that have been beaten down. So Twilio was on the list. The XBI was on the list. Gold, maybe. It depends on your dollar. I closed my dollar long today. I've been long it for freaking weeks, months actually. And
nice.
And finally, it broke out and paid me something. So taking the opposite of that, if I stayed long, I would have definitely went long gold on the dip. Based on this is just level trading. So we're looking at the bottom yesterday from Twilio, it's tradable. If I take a long here, I would stop out immediately so I don't find out how far down they want to go. This one moves really fast. So the setup would be two ways. If you do options, of course you can buy shares, and this one, this way you eliminate the time factor. But if you want to use options, I would not buy naked calls, although they would pay you really fast. But you get 1 day wrong and you're out 30% of your money. In this stock, maybe even more. So a debit call spread to capture a move like this would be fine. Even at 300, 310 for January, the expiration is like the 21st of January. That's the monthly contract. Yep. If you just buy a stupid debit call spread, it costs you under $3. The maximum it can turn into is $1,000. So one contract costs you $300 to make $700 if it does indeed recover. So where do I exit? I would start trimming pretty quickly and leave or re-engage higher at the breach of 316, because then this one has the habit of just exploding out of nowhere. But I would definitely trim along the way. There's going to be heavy resistance, especially from the volume profile. So I don't take it for granted. So I book early, and then I don't mind seeing something rallying without me. The markets have never been higher. I can't take anything for granted. This whole show could turn into a disaster in no time, although it's unlikely. There's just too much money in the economy. I'm not your typical guy that listens to pundits out there. They're all full of, can we cuss?
Yes,
they're all full of hot air.
No, tell us how you really feel, Nick. It's okay. You can cuss.
Well,
I promise you won't be in trouble.
I get not upset. I get heated. That's the proper word. When they start spewing generalities. Typically seasonality this, usually that. What is freaking usual about this environment? Nothing. Ditch all these old statements of typically this happens. Seasonally, there's nothing normal about this setup. So you have to trade one tick at a time, one chart at a time. So this was one, the XBI was one, believe it or not, Wish. First thing this morning, I was like, something's going on with Wish, right? Yes. So I took pennies worth of a risk on that one. I haven't looked at it, but I'm pretty sure it's green because then it moved quite a bit. Teladoc yesterday. So we took longs. It exploded in our favor. Let's see here. Let me go to the daily. Maybe I can show it.
Okay, but then I don't want to forget, just because Invertiendo asked if you could just repeat the Twilio setup, but do Teladoc first, and then we'll repeat what the Twilio setup is.
Okay. So Teladoc is a company that's controversial. Some people think it's fake, like Nicola. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the other one.
Wait. I've used their services.
Wait. Take it back. It is controversial, okay? But it's not the fake part. That's a different company I was thinking of. But anyway, so Teladoc, in my opinion, the business model is genius, and they can expand it to different things. So they reported a strong earning report, but, quote, they missed on estimates. Meanwhile, the growth is there. I don't care about the estimates because it's somebody's opinion. So between facts and figures and somebody's opinion, guess what? I'm going to side with the facts and figures. So I bought the dip and shared it immediately and then immediately gave us all of this. So I booked some profits and left some longs. And then this happened because the next day they came out with a headline of dilution, a 300 million, whatever. It dropped 10% overnight. And then the same headline came out like a day or two later out of nowhere. And then it dropped another 5 or 10%. So it was a painful trade. And yesterday, somebody asked me, what about Teladoc? I said, if you're not long, you could nibble. But if you're long, I wouldn't add because we don't know anything new. We think it's the 300 million dilution, but I'm not certain. So if you start, this is clearly a decent entry point because of all the pain that has already happened. But if the market's correct, there's no reason why this shouldn't go lower. And look left to March of last year. I mean, this is a significant candle set. And they got there on stock dilution news, supposedly.
The market's valuing Teladoc at zero. They made an acquisition at the high from Livongo. It's now worth less than what they paid for that company. That's insane.
Right? And then you look at the facts and figures. This is a P&L. You can't lie, right? So 233, 420, 550, 1 billion last year, 1.8 run rate billion this year. So whatever honeymoon period they had last year from the COVID lockdown, they're still carrying some momentum forward, right? So
a lot of that is not accretive though, because they did make that Livongo purchase.
Okay. We'll see. I mean, I'm trading what's in front of me, and the price to sales is okay. Also, probably messed up by the purchase. Nevertheless,
It's cheap now. The stock is
attractive.
definitely cheap.
Yeah, it's attractive to me. So those were my comments. So there are a lot of individual setups like this, but you can't go all in because you don't know what the collective is going to do. So if you look at the S&P on a weekly basis, if mom comes over here and she's almost 90 and she says, I want to invest my money in the stock market, and I'll say, Mom, maybe this is not a good time to get started.
You would say, Mom, go back to bed, probably.
Yeah. So it would be best to pick ones that have already lost a lot of froth, so they have less to lose. So yesterday I issued a video with KWeb long. I said, okay, so you're trying to catch Baba.
Yeah.
And Baba just lost its.
I swear, if you're able to talk me into this, I'm going to be upset.
Pain. That's pain.
Okay, so Baba lost his shit yesterday. Okay, it should have held this, and it didn't. Although it's a bargain, it's priced like a freaking bank. Okay, if you look at the statistics, it's priced like a bank. So either I'm missing something completely big, or anyway, if I wanted to catch that knife, or any other. The FXI I didn't like, so I went to KWeb. I was like, okay, what about KWeb? KWeb and Baidu still look relatively better shape because here, what's the bottoming process? Because by the way, the bottom should only be a process, not a V bottom. So you're falling out of control. The bears are in charge. The machines are selling every pop. If you look at it, every pop got sold, every pop got sold, every pop got sold. And suddenly, the first step of bottoming is to stop making lower lows. And they've spent quite a few months now with no lower lows, and arguably some higher lows, although it's still right there. So the setup was get long to catch a swing trade opportunity, but stop out immediately. And that's the problem where people cannot stop out. They always say, well, let me see tomorrow. Let me see tomorrow. And then suddenly you're down 40, 50, 60% in your options, and you're wondering what the hell happened. So a couple of ways we could do this. Same thing. You do a debit call spread, or you sell a put spread where you don't even need a rally to win. I don't sell naked puts in indices and ETFs. I learned that from the flash crash. Nobody could explain it to me really. And so I was like, you know what? I can value the company, and I say, okay, I will own that share at X price, but for the ETF, I don't do it naked.
Just for the 0.01% chance that some crazy shit happens.
I mean, this is my family's money. I'm not going to risk it on that.
Fair enough. All right, that's fair.
So a credit put spread is a finite way to bring you some profits, even if the stock falls. So you give it room for error. So if you want to buy a debit call spread or calls or shares, you need a rally to win. If you sell risk below, smartly placed risk based on chart knowledge, then you don't even need a rally to win. So only one scenario would cause you money is a blowout crash. Doing both things puts the least amount of money out of pocket, which is also the most aggressive way, but it produces the best results overall. But doing them at the same time means that I know something I didn't know yesterday or the day before yesterday, which is not true. So if I'm trying to catch the falling knife, I start with one and then deploy the other once levels are broken. So I would start with a credit put spread, and then if I get granular and I see something broken to trigger a reason to chase up like this, if they take out, they snap this 15-minute descending channel, then they might start to establish higher lows. So now we're blending overall picture to finding the dips in specific stocks and taking somewhat a fundamental basis for it, using technicals to identify potential bottom, and now we're using technicals to identify potential catalysts for the upside. So step one, stop falling. Here's the credit put spread. Step two, you're going to rally if you take this out. Here's the debit call spread. This is as complete as a picture I can present to what one should be doing these days, at least what I would be doing. Finding good quality stocks that have fallen into prior bases or have established new bases like this one. Okay, you said you wanted to find out Twilio. It's the same concept.
Yeah, just repeat this setup here.
The setup is I basically want to capture this box through this, but first things first, you need to hold that. So I will start with the stop out level because that's the hardest part of trading. People, it's easy to take a trade. It's so hard to get out of it because most people get crippled by the idea of either booking profits and seeing it run without them or booking losses early. So if this fails, yesterday's low fails, I should be out. You know, I could fight it because it has support from way back then, but I should be out. And the debit call spread would be the mildest way of taking a long. A credit put spread in the 245 area, believe it or not, on its own would yield about 12 to 15% in return on risk and would leave you room from here to 245 for it to fall if you want to hold out the line. The other way to capture the upside is the debit call spread. I would not buy naked calls. That's the fastest way to make money, but that's the fastest way to lose money. So unless you're like a futures trader that knows how to deal with that, I wouldn't do it.
What would make you do that, though? What would make you come out and say, hey, I want to buy a call or buy a put?
I usually never buy anything unless I have a trigger on the chart. That's for me. That's why I start by selling a put spread. This way I'm already long. I'm already participating with the upside. Like yesterday or today, when the SPX was falling, because I had clear levels, I sold the put spread at the money. I collected almost $2 for it. And then the rally happened today and it turned into 60 cents. So I buy it back. So that's capturing upside, but I didn't have a trigger upside. I had the support level. So I took my risk against the support level by selling a put spread, saying we're near support. The buyer should step in on a 5-minute chart. And by the way, I don't have one chart for it. If I'm actively trading something like this, I would have at least 4 charts, 4 different time frames. If you have sub 1 minute, you have to have them. Otherwise, at least the 5-minute and definitely the 1 minute, and then maybe 15 and 60-minute charts to see the progression of where the machines are buying things. So I've referred to machines twice already. If you don't have that in mind and you're actively trading, you're at a disadvantage already because you have to know what the machines, how the machines behave depends on the price action. So on a 5-minute basis, you can see where they're stepping in to buy.
Something that I've noticed that you always do this, Nick, is you always start with the daily, and then just when I think we're done, then you just throw us a curveball and bring up an intraday or a 15.
Well, this is how it works. Like, give me a ticker. If somebody says, "Oh, what do you think of so and so?"
All right, fine.
And hopefully it's a ticker I don't know. Hopefully it's a ticker I don't know.
Let's do Pinterest.
All right, we'll do Pinterest for Matt.
Okay, Pinterest. I do know it, but I haven't looked at it in a while. So I when I haven't looked at it in a while, I'll go to a daily and I'll hit a reset. On TradingView, here's a tip for you. Alt R would just if you were zoomed in or twisted that way or this way, you hit Alt R. It gives you 1 year daily chart. So it's fallen out of bed. I started with the daily. I don't have enough information to know if this is support or not, right? Because if I look left, I see nothing. So I most definitely have to expand to a weekly to get a relative picture. So now it kind of makes sense. So if this was wrong and this was wrong, somewhere in the middle lies the truth. This is, maybe this looks like the 50% retracement of the whole rally from the bottom of the COVID low. So this would not be a place I would panic out if I'm still long and I'm not out. This would be a place I would nibble long if I'm in it for the long term. Nibble, not all in, because of this overhang of the whole market. If the market corrects 3 or 5%, this one will come down to 36 or 32. So while I'm here, I'm going to put an alert for myself to get long, personally. Okay, so I'm doing homework. And I'll start looking.
Got long, so.
Oh, you did? Okay, good.
Yeah.
So I put 2 alerts because this is a catchable knife. It's a quality company. The P&L, there's nothing wrong with it. Last time I checked, the statistics on it, I don't think are outrageously expensive. And by the way, you don't look at the PE on a company that's growing fast. The better tell is the price to sales.
Price to sales, yeah.
Because it grows, they normalize. These things normalize if they continue growing. Perfect example is Zoom. By the way, this was the craziest reaction I've ever seen. Not ever. Crazy reaction. So Zoom used to be 125 price to sales yet last year when everybody loved it. And then I kept saying, what are you buying? It's 120. You're giving it 125 years worth of credit right now. So it's just not a good situation. Now it's 20. So it's a bargain. And it has a 2-digit PE if you want to go PE on a growth company.
2 digits.
Yeah.
That's where the bar is, everyone.
Yeah, back in the day.
Well, hey, that's cheaper than Tesla. So, and it's cheaper than Amazon when Amazon was a bargain. Okay, so it's pretty impressive to have a low PE, a low price to sales, not a low, a reasonable price to sales, and a good PE, and grow your sales 35% and get better margins, and then focus on the fact that you know how they say focus on 20% of your clients to bring you 80% of your business. That's what they're doing. They're 95% growth in the segment that is 100,000 plus. So there was nothing to be hated 20% down. If you bought the dip, you made money. And I think you're going to make money over long term, provided the whole market doesn't crash. So Pinterest, I would sell a put to own shares. I would sell a put spread to trade that opportunity where I don't need a rally to win. I would buy a call probably at the money, out in time, and sell call against it right away, like a diagonal or calendar, if you know what you're doing. If it's at the money, no, not a calendar, definitely diagonal. So, and here's a practice account for E-Trade. I'm not recommending E-Trade. I'm just telling you. So January, if you're willing to own the shares of Pinterest lower, they'll pay you $1. So $100 if you commit to buying 100 shares at $37. So then you're long. And the worst case scenario, you don't own shares. You want to own shares, and somebody's paying you for that. And if worst case scenario is you don't own shares, you made money out of thin air. But I wouldn't sell this unless I actually want to own the shares. That's a huge, huge important statement, because that's how you blow up accounts, especially when markets are at all-time highs. You don't want to go out and be selling puts everywhere. Where is my, okay. When markets are at all-time highs. But if you want to own shares at 37 and you want to get started now, I would go out and sell a put to own shares. And that's the cluster where you would be owning it. So it had an explosive, whatever happened here, probably some sort of earnings report, matched the prior fail. They thought about it, they took off, and they're pretty darn close to that base. So you don't want to give them a little improvement credit. So this is definitely not a place to get out. And if somebody went long here, they're not crazy.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I think that is not what you were expecting, but
No, not at
but it
all.
confirms what you were saying. So.
My thesis
Well,
was
what were you
fundamental.
expecting? What was I going to say?
I don't know.
I mean, the chart looked horrible. I thought you were going to be like, absolutely not.
Well, the chart looks horrible, but we went further back to see if there's an opportunity to have support. And we saw the little cluster just below. That's why I would support selling a put spread, even at 40 with a tight stop. So this brings you money already. And if it falls below that, I wouldn't even defend the put spread. I would sell the protection leg for profit and take the shares. Because then all the quote losses on paper from selling the put would disappear with the assignment. So then your long shares with a break-even point around 36, not a bad place to be. And I can tell you it's going to find resistance at 47.50. And if they can get up above 49.20, they could get a bump to 52.50 or 55. You know, this is not going to be an easy gap to fill because of these little lines of resistance. This is a level resistance, another one, but also the machines are going to start selling it from 47.50 on a bounce. So it needs some sort of a headline to go.
Let's do a couple here from the chat. We get a question about Palantir. It's in the same group, tax loss harvesting, but Nick, talk me into this one in January. Well, I mean now for January.
Okay, I did yesterday. I sent out a video of 3 tickers. This was one of them. Yeah. I said, Palantir has excellent numbers on the face of it. The people that work there sound amazing every time they represent the company. They are in the right arena, and they have business with the government, which loves to overpay for stuff, and business with the commercial side. And the rate of growth is going faster and faster. And then they announced recently of an acquisition of some contract. If I did the math correct, it's like a 25 to 27 edition to their sale revenue line for next year, so on a yearly basis. So if it actually comes to fruition, so there's nothing to hate about it. Yet it's falling with the. If you noticed, this pain was with the IWM, with the, I'm going to call them ARC-like stocks.
Yeah, that's fair.
And there was like an assault on them. And today they're all catching bids. So this is, unfortunately, gets caught in it, including this spike. We were long into this spike. I said, I'm out. I love the stock, but holy crap. And then I sold puts in here and I made money. I sold puts in here, I made money. I would be long shares for the long term. I would catch this falling knife. However you catch falling knives, I would start a position with shares and immediately put them to work by selling covered calls against them. If you don't know what that is, or if you're not willing to sell your shares, do your homework first of all. And if you're not willing to sell your shares, do not sell covered calls, and or sell puts to own shares, or sell put spreads to like the Pinterest idea. Buying calls is tricky because of time, so you better know what you're doing there. Put time on the clock and be close to the money or in the money, because they will hold better on bad days. So the idea of, the risk, if the stock was so deep in the money that the delta of that option that you bought call is high, it will behave like the stock. So on bad days, it will behave less bad than a call that's outside the money, because that behaves like an options leg all by itself. So it will fall 40%, whereas the one in the money will fall like 10. So it would help you stay long on bad days. But debit call spread, $10 wide, costing about $3, a good balance. That will put you probably in a pretty decent delta in the 30s. So it's a realistic bet with time on the clock. Do both, sell a put spread, buy a call spread, then you're out almost nothing out of pocket. And if you catch a rally, then you're making money out of thin air. So
all right, yeah, Nick, I feel you're optimistic today.
What? I'm optimistic every day. I've been saying buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. September, right. I said stay long, and boy, did that play out. And right here, watch the RTY. If IWM, let's go to not everybody watches.
Yeah, please, because this thing, a lot of people.
Okay, look, right here. This is a trade for today. If you break this out, you're gonna get to 232 or 233. But that also releases the SPY, SPX, ES, whatever you're trading, futures. Releases it to come to here. So that 47 SPX, what did I say? 4705 will be engulfed. So I bought the 4705, 4710 debit call spread for pennies this morning down here, and I sold the credit put spread. So I'm free. I'm long for less than free. I got paid to be long. I'm with you here, so I don't know what that debit call spread is right now, but I don't know if my order's filled or anything, so we'll see. But there's one last point, is 46.99.40, that one right there. That's probably going to coincide with the Fed minutes release, and we'll see what happens.
Oh, that's in a half hour, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thanks.
Here's the thing about the Fed minutes. Here's the thing about the Fed minutes. They're the most idiotic thing we ever do.
Aren't they dumb? They're so dumb.
They met 2 weeks ago. They told us what they were going to do. We asked them questions, they answered the questions, and then the week after we had 20 speakers, 20 speeches from these freaking Fed heads, and we still want to know what they're thinking.
I agree with you, Nick. It's so dumb.
I hate the Fed.
I've never understood it.
So what's the deal with this Fed? Imagine if Amazon, every director in Amazon came out and had a speech about what the company is doing. We have a boss at the Fed. He speaks. They make policy. He announces it. He answers questions. Why the fuck do we need to listen to these other chumps? Okay, so there's no need for them to speak. Because
they
20 in 1 week.
They have to go they have to go and defend the policy. and
there's no need. He was drilled, back and forth.
I'm with you. The minutes thing has never made sense to me.
And it's past events. The minutes is like 2-3 weeks old, whatever it was.
Yeah. You're right about that. Nick Chahine, the author of the Benzinga Options newsletter. Yes, he joins the show. Someone was asking, where's Nick? He's on the show this same time every other Wednesday at 1:00. So we'll talk to Nick again in a couple weeks.
Definitely.
He's always doing webinars. with Rodrigo that are also available on YouTube. And Nick, tell the people where they can find you. I guess if I didn't.
I'm all over Benzinga. You go to Benzinga, you'll find me there. If not, reach out to me. I'm Racer Nick. No K. Racer Nick, and you show that on social media. If you reach me there, even my email is out there too. If you want to reach me through my email.
At Racer Nick, Racer NIC.
Yes.
Nick, have a very happy Thanksgiving, sir.
I appreciate it.
Enjoy the cornbread.
Oh yeah.
Talk to you again in a couple of weeks.
All right. Talk to you later. Thanks.
All righty. Matt Kolb, thanks for hanging. You're free to hang for.
I want to hang for a little.
All right, we're wrapping the show at 2:00. So
perfect.
Okay, cool. We're hanging out for the half hour. The chat was just talking about like figurehead CEOs, about Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates and all that stuff. And I liked what someone said about just the risk. Investing with these guys can be great, right? They're geniuses, they're the richest people on earth for a reason. But when you invest in a company with a figurehead CEO like that, and they're more than just the CEO, they're the face of the company, they're the face of the brand, they're the face of the product. You get the risk of what happens when they leave, right? Sometimes when the founders leave, it's not a bad thing. Right, Alphabet or Google, right? The founders are no longer CEO, and it's worked out fine. Uber, the founder is no longer the CEO. It's worked out fine. Sometimes it does not work out, right? Microsoft, very famous example, it did not work out. Steve Ballmer.
But now they're at all-time highs.
But now they have a third CEO, and now it worked out. It just took a while. Apple, it's more or less worked out, right, for Apple with Tim Cook. But it doesn't always work out like that. And so that's something that you got to think about is what happens when the figurehead CEO leaves the company. It can be a hit or miss situation. So
yeah, I know.
AB, what's up?
I know I've heard from some people essentially say that they would like Tesla's stock more if they didn't have like the Elon Musk risk that you have him being such like a volatile character. But then I think that takes some of the draw away as well if Elon Musk isn't there. So it's definitely a good point. I know a lot of good investors that look for these like long-term 10 baggers look for founder-led companies, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you something about Tesla.
Tell
It's
us
not a
about
car company. It's a marketing company. Elon Musk is the greatest marketer on this earth, more than Donald Trump. He literally sells dreams, and everybody loves it, and they buy the stock, and the stock is trading at 1.3 trillion, more than the next 10 car companies combined. Can you imagine that? I mean, Toyota, Ford, General Motors, Tesla's worth more than the top 10 car companies in the world. Insanity.
That's the times we live in, Matt. That's the times we live in.
1999, I lived through those times too.
Come on. It's a different ball game.
You don't know
Who's
that.
to say we're not in 1997, man? Or 96 or 95?
Yeah, that's true.
When did the irrational exuberance quote from Alan Greenspan actually get said? It was like mid 97. He was early by like 2.5 years.
Well,
or maybe it was even before that. It could have been 96 for
as
all
we
I
can
know.
see, the Fed doesn't really know what they're talking about.
All right. Also a bad example, I guess, then. I'm sorry. I can't win today.
You're going to win.
I can't win today. Yeah, we all agree Elon is a genius. I'm in that camp, AB. I think if Elon was like, were to just become chairman of the company.
That you would like Tesla stock more?
Probably.
I kind of agree. I mean, honestly, like that's like my big worry. If I go out and buy a couple shares of Tesla and Elon Musk does something crazy next week, the stock could drop 20%. You know, if you have like a more traditional person leading the charge, then you have, you have like the faith that, okay, this guy's not going to go out and tweet something crazy or whatever. But like I said, it takes away from the draw too, right? People like Tesla for Elon. When people are buying Tesla stock, a lot of people are seeing that they're investing in Elon directly.
Well, he still could be involved. Just sometimes I wonder. Sometimes I look at his Twitter and I wonder, like, obviously he is a more efficient, higher functioning person than me by a mile. But like, nobody who tweets that much, like, what are you supposed to be doing right now, Mr. Musk, when you're on Twitter? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just feel like it doesn't matter.
He's got a lot of great people at the company.
Sure. Obviously. Hey, Luke, you want to come on the show today?
Come on,
no,
Lukey.
he just walked away. Okay, whatever. Luke's not coming on today. Hey, it's 1:35. We're going to hang out for another 25 minutes and then hop off. At 1:40, we're gonna play the video. How's that sound? We're gonna
What
play
video for people that may have just joined us?
Yeah, if you're just joining us, it's been a while since we've done a man on the street video with Aaron Bree, where he goes out and he asks people dumb questions and they give him dumber answers. We recorded one last Friday. We had an event downtown here in Detroit. We had the Christmas tree lighting, and Aaron Bree and our old trusty producer Rohan went out on the street and talked to some strangers and got some good footage. We cut it up into a video. We're going to air that video right here on the show in 4 minutes. AB has not seen it, and it's going to be fun. I've seen it. It's pretty good. It's 6 minutes long.
I was there, so I've seen the
True.
scenes. I haven't.
You
seen
don't
the
need to
cut.
watch it because you lived it.
Daniel, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying Tesla does equal Elon. When people buy Tesla stock, they're investing in Elon. My point was just that for some more like traditional investors or shareholders, they might have that. They might like that they have a little bit more peace of mind knowing their Tesla CEO isn't going to go out and like say something off color. That's all I was saying.
True story. Yeah, if you have any questions for Matt about the institutional world, Matt's very familiar with how that side of Wall Street operates. It's a great point he made before about
fundamentals,
needing to outperform the benchmark, right? That's how, if you're a fund manager, you're measured by your benchmark. Did you beat it or did you miss it?
Yeah, Jonas, we might upload the video after the fact as its own standalone video. So if we do, we'll let you know.
True story. Yeah. Matt, had any good conversations with anyone fun recently? You're always talking to fun people.
A lot of people are a little nervous.
They're nervous? Is that the tone out there?
It's a lot of the institutions, they're nervous. There's been a breakdown in growth and everyone's been chasing it. And biotech investors, let me tell you something. I'm going to call this right now. If you have biotech stocks you like, you should be loading up into mid-December because there's insanity tax losses going on. I'm getting crushed, but I keep adding and adding to biotechs I like. It's been the worst performing asset class, and usually this is some great institutional knowledge. The worst performers usually become the best performers the year after,
and vice versa, right?
Yeah. So I wouldn't be going long Apple, Tesla, AMD into next year. You're gonna want. I mean, people are selling indiscriminately right now because everyone has huge gains, right? Let's say you're an institutional portfolio manager. You don't want your clients paying taxes, so you're unloading, and biotechs have been the worst performers. Now some technology stocks are getting hammered. So any of the ARC stocks, it's going to have further pressure all the way through December. The good news is, and nobody really knows this, a lot of institutions' year ends are on October 31st.
That's a great point.
Yep. So
fiscal year
matters.
The fiscal year ends October for the government, and for many other companies, it ends in October.
For institutions, for retail, anyone that's gotten crushed, I've been taking a lot of loss. I have such huge gains this year. I'm taking losses in October and November so I could rebuy in December when everyone's going to chase. So biotech, I would be buying IBB.
Wouldn't you wait till January? I don't.
No, because people like me, we want to front load it. We know things are going to happen.
Okay.
You don't want to buy it January 1. You got to get in before 2018. Everyone was loading up on stocks right around Christmas, or it was right before because they knew. I mean, next year was going to be strong on these things that got absolutely blasted. So biotech, if you like individual stocks, if you like the indices, if you don't want to play individual stocks, it is very risky. You can buy IBB, any of the other biotech indexes. I'd be loading up into December.
Wow, there's a play. He's trying to front run the post-tax loss harvesting.
Options. You want to play it? You want to speculate on some options? Buy some longer term data.
Do you have? I mean, you're very broad. You said biotech stocks. Do you have a type? I don't know if you want to share a specific one because they may be smaller. But do you have a type that you look at?
I mean, I'm looking at
in terms of market cap.
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want
market
to talk
cap
about specific stocks. Because
in terms of market cap,
biotech is the most speculative, and there's so many things outside of your control. The FDA, But what I'm going to say is you find companies that have technology. So Alzheimer's, you want to find things like psilocybin for like antidepressant, like things that will be really good. And you look at the dates. There's PDUFA dates. I mean, so I'm involved in a stock. There's they own their holding company for 8 biotechs, and I know nobody really knows this. One of their stocks that they own a huge position, 26% of the portfolio, has a PDUFA in January 27th. So how would I play that? I'm gonna know, and since the market makers don't know this, I'm gonna buy some February options in the stock that is a holding company, because if this does get approved, and I'm very confident it gets approved, the stock, my stock's going to go from $5.25 to $7 or $8, $9. So I'm going to buy options because there's not premium, and because the market makers don't understand. But when you buy the individual biotech, this isn't a publicly traded biotech, but it was that would be priced in. So I look for situations where I can exploit the market.
Okay. All right. Well, don't tell us what that ticker is, because then we'll all know what you're about to buy.
Well, I want to wait. I say I haven't bought it yet.
Yeah. SPAC broker wants to know.
I'm not telling. I'm sorry.
I don't know either, SPAC broker.
You can just do some.
And I'll tell you, I can't head it out there because no one knows about it. And every day you lose time value. So if the stock stays around 5 into January or late December, I'm going to pay a lot less for that option. So I haven't made the trade yet.
And just to be clear, Matt does not know that whatever drug news they have is going to be good. He thinks he knows, but he doesn't really know. You don't really know.
So I don't really know, but it got fast tracked. So when the FDA is like, okay, there's a need, right? They're going to fast track a drug. This should not even be close to being even a PDUFA, but they're fast tracking it because the data is so strong.
Right.
So instead of it being a 50-50 shot, I think it's an 80-20 shot, right? And I'd actually be shocked if it didn't get approved. So here's the safest way to do it. Buy the IBB, buy some longer dated costs. You know, any other biotech. Just Google biotech or medical device ETFs, and that's the safe way to play it.
Oh, yeah. I'm with you on that one, man.
Yep.
I'm with you.
And then if you have questions, so the best thing to do, if you like a stock, and this is just generally, this isn't biotech, you have to think like an institution, right? You need information. Everything's about information. So let's say you come across a stock, a biotech, and what you should be doing is reading the analyst research, right? A lot of great services are out there summarizing or putting out the analyst research. Get as knowledgeable as you can. Learn about the dates, which is a catalyst. I'm a catalyst trader. So I literally find catalysts, and sometimes I won't trade through the catalyst because sometimes it's buy the rumor, sell the news. So I'll look for that catalyst. If the stock rips, I'll blow out, or I'll take out half my position. And then, I'll make a decision on the other half through the catalyst.
Awesome. Yeah. Think like an institution. That also can be applied to buying, adding or selling, right? That's why people use VWAP, because it's what the institutions use. But yes, great. Always great thought. Okay. I think it's a time, Aaron, to play our.
You tell me. Let's do it.
I say we do it right now. I see it loaded up in the studio. So this is a video, once again, that was recorded on Friday night at the Christmas tree lighting in downtown Detroit with Aaron Bree. Enjoy.
Everybody, welcome back, Zinger Nation, to AB on the street. Walking on the street, we're going to talk about the lights, the fires, cryptocurrency, and all. Oh, hello. And time to hit the streets. We're going to be talking about the cryptocurrency that's powering the lights to the trees. Many people here may think it may be Bitcoin, it may be Ethereum, but we're going to get to the bottom of it and figure it out which one it is that's making all this shine bright. Excuse me, sir. What do you think Cardano is?
What are you doing right now? Cardano? Is that the alternate?
Wait, is the video
disease?
like lagging for anyone else?
Yeah, it was kind of lagging for me.
Rohan, what's going on, man? Rohan, do you want me to play it?
You don't have the latest file.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I can get it.
Yeah. Well, okay. Wait, hold
Yeah,
on. Let
Rohan,
me
is that-
close some programs on my computer. I think it'll be okay.
Rohan, was that your internet? Is that what that is?
No, I have great internet. I think it's my MacBook.
Rohan, are you home or at the office right now?
He's home.
I'm a sick boy.
Yeah, because he doesn't have COVID, but we're not sure, right?
Yeah. So hold on. I'm just
we know?
closing everything on my laptop except for StreamYard. Who's calling
Okay.
me right now?
It's not
Folks, we're gonna restart this video for you. Just give us a second. All right. I think it should
Producer
be okay.
Rohan. Producer Rohan producing from home. We appreciate that.
You know, things can't go perfectly, but we try.
No, we try. All right, tell us when you're ready. So far, we're off to a pretty good start.
I think that whimsical music that starts playing like after the intro should just be at the beginning, so people know it's like
Stupid.
Fun and a joke.
All right.
Rohan, the chat's saying to get well soon.
Oh, thank you, chat. Appreciate you.
Can you get better like for
Delta?
Delta.
I'm gonna restart the video. All right.
Oh, wow.
Hello,
Hopefully it's not
everybody.
laggy.
Welcome back, Zinger Nation, to AB on the street, walking on the street. We're gonna talk about the lights, the fires, cryptocurrency, and all. Oh, hello, and time to hit the streets. We're going to be talking about the cryptocurrency that's powering the lights to the trees. Many people here may think it may be Bitcoin, it may be Ethereum, but we're going to get to the bottom of it and figure it out which one it is that's making all this shine bright. Excuse me, sir. What do you think Cardano is?
What are you doing right now? Cardano? Is that the alternate disease to Corona?
Delta.
Delta Cardano? Is that we're going to have to get a vaccine for Delta Cardano soon? That's awesome. Great. Thank you.
Excuse me, do you know what Cardano is?
Cardano?
Yeah.
No, what's that?
You take a guess. What do you think it is?
Cardano. It sounds like an STD.
You guess STD? No, you got to guess.
I don't know, quirky name for like a car rental type thing.
That could be it. We could start a car rental place called Cardano. It's a cryptocurrency.
Oh, okay. Is it booming right now?
It's like one of those meme coins.
Are you guys going to be asking for crypto for Christmas this year?
Yeah. I mess with a lot of Bitcoin and stuff like that, but...
I've never heard of it. I have to do my research about it, but crypto is a thing, it seems, nowadays. I see a lot of people investing in a lot of different currencies, but I'm not fully well-versed into it. But if I do a little more research, I think I might ride the wave.
Well, if you need a place to do some research on crypto, go to benzinga.com. You see that sign that says Happy Holidays? It's right there. Yep. We're out here, beautiful campus, Martius Park, talking tree light, talking crypto, all things included. Word on the street with AB. Do you know what Cardano is? What is this?
Free scratch-offs and free coffee cards.
All right, I'll take one if you answer my question too.
Cardano? I don't know. It probably has something to do with crypto, though.
Oh, you're right. You're the first one to get it right. Congratulations.
That was weird.
I guess, is it a scratch and sniff? I got a scratch and win, and free coffee. Free Cardano. Woo! How's it going? What do you think Solana is?
Very good.
It's very nice.
This is the best.
What do you think Solana is?
Solana?
Take a wild guess.
Oh, wow. I would say it has to do with food.
What type of food?
Ooh. Let's go Indian food.
Are we right? No.
what?
And so Solana is a cryptocurrency. Have you heard of cryptocurrency?
Okay, no. I'm more of a kind of a Shiba dog.
Shiba? Floki? What about Floki?
Not Floki, no. Just more of the Shiba, right?
Which crypto do you think is powering this here light?
Not knowledgeable.
I don't know either. Happy holidays. Find us on TikTok, benzinga.com, YouTube, you name it. Those are some really nice people. So you got 2 phones for the cryptocurrencies? Got 2 phones. She's trading all the time, I guess.
What's going on in here?
How do you think about Ethereum?
I think it's great. I think it's the future, and I think everyone needs it.
Mr. Patagonia. What do you know about Cardano?
It's a new crypto type thing.
Wow. You got a spot on the money. Crypto punks?
Is that what you guys are?
What do you know about Solana?
I have no idea what that is.
She don't want to get hit to the money.
Are you going to get her crypto for Christmas?
That's a great idea.
Your dog like Dogecoin?
Yes.
What dog-themed coin is your dog's favorite coin?
The Rottweiler.
What type of coin are you asking for Christmas? Sir or ma'am?
Sir.
Sir? I don't know. Big, I think you dropped some crypto. Do you like Cardano?
I like Guardianos.
Guardianos must be a new one. I haven't even heard of that one. The crypto media.
Yeah, I don't do crypto.
What do you think Cardano is?
A car, a donut, a restaurant. I want some crypto for Christmas.
Yeah, it depends.
You never get no Christmas.
If you could have anything in the world, what would it be?
The best way to spread Christmas cheer is
with cryptocurrency.
The entire campaign.
Wow, cryptocurrency is really real.
Oh, well, I didn't realize it was real. I heard of it, but I didn't think I had the money to invest.
Floki or Shiba?
I try to just stick with the one and only BTC.
Between the cheeks?
What did he say?
No.
Which cryptocurrency do you think is here lighting the trees?
Oh, how's that happening?
I don't know. But maybe next year it'll be crypto lighting the trees.
We can only hope, I bet you.
Would you do Floki, Inu, or Shiba?
Neither. I'm Muslim.
How do you think that Santa got all the other reindeers invested into crypto?
What?
I think you dropped some Bitcoin.
What do you shitcoin?
No, sir, no. We're good coin. Which cryptocurrency are you asking for Christmas this year?
Ooh, I got Ethereum. I love Ethereum.
A good old ETH, right? Shiba or Floki?
I know Shiba's kind of a joke. It did spike a little bit though, so I'll just go with Shiba.
I would choose Floki.
Oh, is there any reasons why?
Just because you chose Shiba.
That's fair.
Do you think this time of the year, next year, you'll be getting ready for holidays again?
If my calculations are correct, yeah.
That would be amazing. Very nice people.
Dude, AB.
I don't know.
What's Kolb's take? I want to hear Kolb's take.
You know I'm anti-crypto for the most part. There's certain ones like Bitcoin. It's gonna be part of us forever. Just the way that you approached it. I don't know. I was crying.
I didn't even know the guy who goes, it's a Muslim.
Yeah, I mean, the miners are the way to go. If you're gonna play crypto, get involved with the miners. They're the ones that are playing the commodity.
Oh man, that was great. Wait, let's see. We had somebody grab the mic. We had someone. I thought that guy was gonna punch you at the end. When he said he dropped some crypto. You had a dog. You almost got bit by a dog.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was good. That was good, man. That was good.
What did you learn from that experience?
I learned that, people, if you put a camera and a microphone, people will want to be interviewed even if they don't necessarily know what's going on.
Did people feel smart when you asked them these questions?
Maybe. I don't know. I think some of them kind of knew what was going on. Like, oh, these guys are just making like a dumb, stupid YouTube video. Some people were actually like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. All right, that was fantastic. We'll definitely now that we have the rink behind us outside, there's going to be people outside, on a regular basis. Now we can start doing a lot more videos, because the park behind us gets nice and crowded in the winter. So
Yeah,
smash the like. Yeah,
Well, I was just
Go
gonna say,
ahead.
Rohan and I had a lot of fun making the video.
Yeah.
And I think it's like anything else, the more we do of these, like the better they will become. And if anyone has any suggestions for us or feedback, we'd love to hear that. But yeah, if this is something you like the content, then look out for some more.
Definitely, guys. Smash the like for AB Man on the Street. Yeah, that was great. I didn't see the new version, so I didn't see some of that stuff the first time. It was very good, man. It was very good. Shout out to I think my favorite part was the two people that when you said, "What is Cardano?" When you said it's a crypto, they both went, "Oh!" That was my favorite part.
Too many people know about this. I'm just afraid that
Too many people know about What, crypto?
Crypto right now. I mean, it's just everyone's talking about it. What happens if this thing implodes and all these people that don't understand investing just get absolutely slaughtered?
Jonas is saying for a suggestion we should add Luke. Maybe we'll do a special edition man on the street.
Okay, we can
Luke.
do that. We can do that.
What are we going to talk about for the last 5 minutes?
Man, well, I don't know. What do we talk about for the first 2 hours of the show? I don't know.
It's got to be big. You know?
To your point though about too many people knowing about crypto, I was thinking about this the other day. I don't know if we, not to say never, but like I don't know if we can even have another 80% drop in Bitcoin, because there's just too many people who want to buy the dip all the time, right?
I mean,
like,
what happens if there's some serious regulation? I mean, obviously,
yeah,
it's tough. We don't know. Like China is trying to, outlaw it like crazy.
They did.
I mean,
There was a big headline with India last night as well, or maybe a couple days ago at this point.
Yeah, and those are the two biggest. They have the most people in the world.
Wait, I didn't see the India thing. What did it say?
I don't know, but a couple.
Here's some India thing. I'm long India. Okay, very long.
So am I. So am I actually.
Wait, the INDL ETF?
There's a bunch of India ETFs out there, but before COVID-19, India's economy was actually growing at a faster rate than China's.
Like 12%, I think.
Yeah, and China's was like 8 or something, and they both were higher than the U.S.'s. The U.S. actually, the projections coming out right now are showing that our GDP growth is supposed to be better than what was expected pre-COVID. So I find that very interesting, but always looking for in these like emerging markets for investment opportunities. And for a while it was China as the biggest emerging market, but I think India is the next one.
And India is the hottest stock market right now. I mean, it goes up. I mean, I've been doing a lot of research because I'm involved in an India-based stock. And a lot of these valuations, companies are going public there at 10, 12 times sales, where back years ago, it never even came close to that. So India is a market to
Wait, I saw Rohan enter in audio.
I saw Rohan sneak in here as well.
So, I mean, basically, it's similar to the China situation. They're just stating that they proposed a bill with plans to ban or outlaw private cryptocurrencies. So I'm sure they'd have like a government one or something like that, similar to China's situation.
Got it. Not very bullish for crypto there.
No.
Rohan, are we bullish India here going forward or what?
Why are you asking Rohan?
I know from like
yeah, what the heck?
He joined. He wasn't here.
He had color on the crypto headline.
Oh,
but I will say this.
Sorry, Rohan.
I've always been bullish on India, like entertainment wise, like anything in the entertainment industry. Just because, like, I mean, you watch a Marvel movie now, and every single one has some sort of scene in India. That's for a reason.
True.
Because it's a huge growing market. So there is that.
True.
Rohan,
yeah, I think. Go ahead, Aaron. Sorry.
I was gonna say maybe we need to do some content from Benzinga to try to break into that audience.
Hey, listen, I have to go to like 3 weddings in India next year. So if I want to camp out there and just make some content, sounds good to me.
Let's do it. Before we wrap up, we've got a couple news headlines, kind of breaking news that came out during the show. Hold on, let me find my little handy. This is per Nigerian. I don't know which one. I'm just gonna share it on.
One of them. Doesn't matter.
One of them. They're basically the same person, right? Market Rebellion. Let me zoom in on this tweet. The NFL has agreed to a $790 million settlement with the city of St. Louis. To me, this isn't great. I was hoping for like a multi-billion-dollar settlement that the NFL would not be able to pay, so that they would have had to give St. Louis another team. If you're watching the show yesterday, we had Eric Grubman on, who was at the NFL. I don't know what his exact title was, but we talked about it a bit yesterday. The other headline that came out during the show was that the people involved in the Ahmaud Arbery case were convicted. So,
oh wow,
yeah. Oh look, it's right there on Twitter too.
All right,
that is big news.
All right, the last thing I'll add, and I just put it in the chat, and I'll put it up on the screen. Benzinga Pro Black Friday sale.
Woo.
I don't know when it ends, but I'm guessing it ends. If not Friday, then like at some point over the weekend. But that means you've only got like 2 days to get this price. So check out the link. It's in the chat. I just put it in there, and it's going all day today, tomorrow, obviously Friday because it's Black Friday, and that may be your very last chance. It is our biggest sale of the year, our best sale of the year, quite frankly. So check that out.
And follow me on Twitter, MSUMAK.
MSUMAK. Wait, Jay Rice saying Fed minutes now? Is the Fed?
That's coming right now.
Yeah, but we don't really care. We've already established that we don't care about that.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I was going to talk about that too, the job numbers that came out this morning, just real quick. It was kind of like a catch-22 because the job numbers were so good that stocks were trading down in anticipation of, okay, now Feds are going to raise rates because you can raise rates as long as unemployment is going down. And then, of course, if the jobs number was bad, stocks probably would have been down too. So I don't really know what the ideal situation there was, but it was just interesting.
I don't know about that. If the number was bad, they'd probably bid the market up because
they think, the rate hikes aren't coming if the job numbers were bad.
Well, that's the whole Fed's policy is they need jobs. So they have inflation and employment. Those are their two things. And if employment's in the shitter, they have to, keep rates low.
Right. And that's what I'm saying is they're okay with raising rates as long as that's in tandem with rising job growth and so I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. Maybe you're right that if the jobs numbers were bad, stocks would have actually been up. But either way, I thought the number that came out was very bullish for the overall economy. Just could hit some equities as that anticipation for rates rising continues.
All right, we got to wrap. The roadmap is live right now. It's our NFT show, everyone. We're obviously off tomorrow on this show. We're off on Friday, so our next Benzinga Live won't be until Monday. Matt, have a happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for hanging out with us today. AB, same to you. I'll catch you later. And everyone else, I'll see you on At the Close. If not, have a happy Thanksgiving.
You as well, Spencer.
Thanks,
keep us updated on your travel situation tomorrow. Maybe live tweet. Like, give me a tweet right when you get to the airport. Give me a tweet once you're through security.
We'll do.
And then one more.
It's going to be at like 5 in the morning, but all right, I can do that.
I know. I'll be up.
All right, everyone. Catch you later. The roadmap live right now.